Been a little while.
The tree is up. Ayo, how are you? You're good. I'm calling the meeting to order at 5:37 p.m. President Mike Coon, Judy Frank, Sarah, Jonathan, and I all from the town. Stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments? I have a couple of additions to the agenda. Just adding 21.5 is a charter school on the just south of 167th. I'm sorry, north. And I had a meeting with their I guess like their headmaster and principal, And they are very, very excited about participating in this run. So there's actually a lot of stuff to add to it. So can they make their own shirts, including our logo as a collaboration? So they're running teams. And I told them it was probably a yes, but I would check with town.
And I'm sorry, it's Hive, like a
Hive.
beehive?
Yeah. It's like Hive Prep.
Oh, right, Hive. Right.
And they have dancers. And they're also offering volunteers, greeters or helpers, 8th graders. And then number 22, this gym I've been trying to work on to see if they will sponsor custom CrossFit. Been trying to find a slot for him that he feels comfortable, participating in. And his big question that I needed to bring to town staff is he wants to make a video to share after sign it, maybe a way, I don't know if there's a way to deliver a video message back to the sign up people. And if you would allow that, like just a workout video or something, an instructional short thing, probably a YouTube link or something that we could send back. So that would be number 22. We can discuss that. And then I have this list to go over with you guys. Okay. All right, and that is all I have for new business. Would you get to take minutes tonight?
Okay.
Do you mind? So
No.
I'm not gonna talk and take minutes when we're gonna
Okay.
go. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so update. We are currently at $31,750 in sponsorship. And actually it's a little more because I got something I don't know about.
Actually, I think you have a couple, I don't know. about.
I have a lot I have to give you. I have them all
Yeah,
here for
okay,
you.
so that
I'm
makes,
ready.
okay, perfect. So I can just go off of this list that you're providing.
Yeah,
And then for the record, I guess I'll attach this to the agenda in case anybody
Okay.
wants it.
okay.
So then I guess the budget that I gave you guys is not up to date.
Okay.
I can send you guys an updated one.
So as we can get that part of.
Because the budget, I have kind of it takes into account the expenses that we have so far. Of course, it's always going to be expenses that we don't have just yet,
Mhm.
but it's accounting some of our bigger expenses that we already have confirmed. So if you guys look at that chart, it has race time, obviously, the police and the medals and the shirts quote based on your vendor.
Mhm.
So this only takes into account the list that I gave you guys as sponsors.
Okay, and Michael, do you have the prior years, the 2019 budget and expenses? And the race time event management, there was so many, they did so many different things. They have like from here to here line items of their stuff that they did.
Yeah,
So it's, I don't know if you just want to know what all that is or.
I was just wondering,
Compare what to
based
what?
on our discussions to date with the Reuben, they're kind of the bare bones. We give you the bibs and the and electronic timing, but everything else is kind of up to us. Is that fair or no?
Well, I think it's a little, it's vague
Premature?
to say that because there is a little bit more detail in that contract.
I mean,
Like they provide the volunteers, they provide the water stations. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I can pull it up here.
they're not doing any marketing. They're not getting us any runners.
Well, again,
It's
because,
not on there.
right, but they can't do marketing even if they wanted to, and I just want to be really clear about this because I think I don't want there to be a conception that they're not trying to help us, it's just that it's our race. Like they get contracted out to put on the race kind of, which is what they're helping us with, right? Like they're the experts, they know they've done it, but they don't own any actual races. That's the difference between race time. And that's why we can call it whatever we want to call it and hold it at the Miami Lakes versus the Jingle Bell Dog, where that race, as you know, it's like owned by that venue. So they have to give us permission to use it. This is a different scenario for us now because we own this race. It's in Miami Lakes.
What I was getting at, it wasn't a slight, it was just the previous race was a plug and play. They kind of just opened it up and everything fell out, medals, Santa suits, advertising, all of the other, things were addressed. And Ruben has been very pleasant and and I realize there's limitations based on our expectations of him. We had said, provide this, but now I think we're realizing after the fact, there's a lot more things that could have been included that we didn't even really think of because we said, oh, we got it. So I was just curious, was the other director, the other race, was it 5 times, 10 times this amount? Or was it in the same ballpark? And that would be a consideration going forward. It wasn't meant to be an agenda item. It was just a conversation. I wondered how close is this number compared to what we paid previously when we got everything included?
But because they have, like you're mentioning, because they have so many other components to them, it's it's hard to just look at this price versus the other price. We'd have to like sit down and go like.
Right, it's not apples to apples.
Comparison.
So I think what Mike's also trying to say is potentially we, to just measure our success on this race compared to a prior race, plug and play. Were we able to supplement these services on our own? Are we suited for that? None of us want this race to be a failure. Obviously not me especially, but all of us. I'm very disappointed with our amount of signups for running, and I'm gonna push. That's my new push. Like I have so much time. I have a full-time job, and I had another event that's now over, and now everybody else is a little more freed up since the Veterans Day parade is complete. This is, I've got $31,750 in sponsorship money, which is more than this place has ever gotten in any of these races. But it's not gonna be fun without runners, right? And participants and families that want to come and enjoy what we're gonna offer afterwards. So I've got my HR department reach out to every large company that's in like putting a dot in the Milwaukee Lakes and going out to try to at least get, some enthusiasm and enrollment in employers, not particularly just sponsors, but just like HR departments that like to get people out and doing things together and stuff like that.
I think one thing though that is what happened when they did the Jingle Bell Jog the first time, the numbers were not very impressive, certainly more than 50, but there were, very few folks. But then people, I think it was a 3-year that we did it, but
I
by the
haven't
third-
been here for.
by the-
It was free
Yeah,
and they broke it after the 2.
yeah, and so by the time we did 3 years.
You did 2, but it was a 3-year deal, but they broke the contract.
Because
with
they
the failure.
didn't keep it up. But anyway, the bottom line was the second year, we ended up with, a good percent, I think went from 400 to 600, or whatever it was. So just some familiarity and people knowing that it was kind of a fun event. It wasn't a serious runner. Like people dressed up and that was displayed. So I just wonder the reindeer run, because we haven't really hit the family component that you had just mentioned. It's kids, dress your kids up, dress your dog up, come everybody dressed. But this has been reindeer run, and people that are non-runners, like the 80% of people that are non-runners are thinking, I'm not going to go run. I might have a heart attack, or I'm not going to be able to compete. I haven't run since high school, college, since before the baby. I'm not going to go run. But they don't know that most of the people will be walking. The idea is just to have fun with it. And I haven't really seen us kind of push that component. So I thought, well, maybe that's it. Maybe people are thinking that it's a serious run, and only the people that are, doing their stretches beforehand and get out and take off. And then the rest of the crowd that makes up the bulk, they haven't signed up because we really haven't conveyed that. That's a thought.
Well, we can definitely add that to our marketing information.
I will say the stuff that has gone out, it's like holiday fun with the family.
And you have my elevator
Because-
pitch, right, to grab my bullet points?
I didn't get one of those.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
But one thing I wanted to mention, and Ruben has mentioned it, and this is my personal experience too, because I do the Thanksgiving one, the Miami, that they do at Tropical Park every year.
Okay.
People wait, there's a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one.
No, I was gonna say, of course you're gonna get nervous, because
Yeah,
it's just like you RSVP and you put together a big holiday party at your house and nobody RSVPs. And then the day before, oh yeah, we're coming, you didn't know.
or even the day of, really,
Yeah.
for the race.
Mm.
Which I know is not ideal, but it does tend to happen, so I think that's also something. And one thing I wanted to share with this, because we have access to the back end, which is something, so everything has pros and cons, and I guess this is something I wanted to share with you guys. With the Jingle Bell Jog, because it was a contracted race, he handled all the back end, which is why we don't have information to those old racers, right? Because he owned that. So we lost that, although they were Miami Lakes participants. We don't have that information.
Mm.
With race time, the Haku clock platform, we actually have access on the back end to that,
Mm.
which is great because I just pulled the report and I feel like this is a very interesting stat. You guys, less than half of your racers are from Miami, so your community itself isn't really like,
Mm.
I feel like supporting this just
Engaged,
yet,
yeah.
or not engaged, yeah.
Right.
You have a lot of people from outside, like Hialeah, I mean, they're pretty much, you know,
Same.
they're neighbors.
Mm.
But then you have Doral and
I guess
Lake Worth, so
people-
you have people from outside, which is probably family members that are coming from the holidays, or maybe some of the sponsors.
Or the serious runners, yeah, the
Yeah.
outlet run, yeah,
That are just looking for another.
yeah, a certified race.
But I think that's an interesting factor, because I feel like our veterans committee itself, again, and I say this because I truly think it would help if the committee members, if some of the committee, like, it's much more meaningful if it's coming from a veteran than from me. You're like, I'm just asking you for money, that's how you're gonna see it. But I feel like if veterans themselves are saying, hey, this is for a great cause, maybe people will be more receptive to that.
Yeah,
You want to do a video of us saying it and talking
We
about it?
can,
And you can put it on
if-
social?
Actually, I don't know if Jonathan's gotten to this yet, but we haven't done the promotional video just yet. I mean, we have Jacob and Jonathan, who are
Yeah.
awesome resources,
Yeah.
and they can put together a nice video.
Yeah, we already have something put together and out there. We are just not able to like actually push it at the moment because our ad account is like just not working. That's the shortest way to put it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, if we
But
got.
I think that's a nice personal touch.
Remember when we discussed that we were gonna somehow mention that we were formerly the Jingle Bell Jog, so we can
Right,
catch
I
some.
talked to Claire some about that. The closest I can get to that, you know, within the confines of the legal stuff is referencing, you know, the next holiday run. It's hard to.
Okay.
because of the proprietary nature of. the
Yeah, we
Jingle
can't just
Bell
say
Jog.
formerly known as a Jingle Bell Jog because, you know,
And
it's-
it's
No.
like a word.
Really?
yeah, we were. advised
I'm sure we
to-
can get it cleared by, I mean, whatever
Well-
Lorenzo says.
Yeah, probably, but right now it's just sort of like the next holiday
Okay,
run.
so is that something that we can perhaps ask Lorenzo to weigh in on?
Yeah, just in case, because I think it's.
But yeah, the name has weight to it, so.
Yeah,
using it as
because
much as
people,
we
there's a
can.
little
Um,
historical context.
But yeah, and since you're mentioning videos, and I think we've probably mentioned this for other events, I'm not sure if it's mentioned to you guys, but videos are really the best way to capture people on social media versus like a flyer.
Mhm.
So that would be,
Yeah,
Awesome.
we've seen, you know, there's all this talk about, you know, the new way that we're handling social media, but when we look at, you know, just videos alone on even a single platform, it's tens of thousands of people looking at these videos and it's really the content of the event and how you're putting it out there. Not so much how often you're putting it out there. So, you know, videos, short-form videos, you're reaching specific people that they're involved.
Okay.
So,
and if I can suggest, I'm sure I know more than I do, but when it comes to, again, we want people that, you know, are really proud and support our veterans to actually to engage with this, because those are the easy, you know, those people will for sure come in and be a part of the race.
Mm.
So I know we have the American Legion here in town.
Mm.
What other organizations like that can we like partner with that can help us get the word out to those people?
Saturday, I spoke to the American Legion in Mine Lakes.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mm.
went there and pitched them all.
great. But do you know any others that I personally, right, like I'm not as aware as probably you guys are.
Well, you mentioned having gone to the prep school, and we have a couple of high schools here in town that we certainly could.
You were gonna
Reach
talk
out
to
to
Barbara Goldman. for
Barbara
me, and
Goldman, and then is it Matter Lake? That's the other one?
Well, Matter Lake technically falls outside of the boundary.
HML.
HML, you know what, if you guys want, I have the school showcase on Thursday and I can bring flyers for that.
Please, you want some?
No, we'll print.
I
them.
have,
Okay.
I don't know if you've contacted her, she's from Bob Graham, she's the one, she gave us those several hundred new letters that we gave out in chambers on Sunday.
Hmm. What were
Oh,
they?
yeah, the lady that.
It was like that paper envelope filled with letters and drawings.
Oh, yeah,
That we handed out, she's been asking to see like any way she can get involved.
Mm.
That's
The
the
only
Spanish
thing-
River Elementary School teachers?
Bob Graham.
Oh, that's Bob.
But
Graham,
I
okay.
think that school came last year and did the same thing.
Spanish
Well, they
River,
came
yeah.
this year.
They came to
Oh,
our veterans
okay,
committee.
okay.
So even she, I mean, she was
And
asking
what was the name
about
of
the
the Spanish?
Spanish River Elementary, I actually,
So the
I just,
only
I
thing-
emailed with them,
Yeah, I
I
saw that.
copied you in there.
Wonderful.
The only thing is that with us, anytime we're promoting anything, and I'll double check, I don't know if I've done it yet, but if not, I will make sure to get it to the district this week. I need to go through the district, like us as staff need to go through the district, we can't just go directly to a teacher, although we may have their emails.
Yeah, that's what she was asking about. which is
Yeah.
the only, like, hurdle.
So
Mhm.
flyers for the district.
Well, I go to Hialeah Gardens Middle and they pushed it out to their staff and I talked
Yeah.
about it 30-second.
It's just us,
Yeah,
we'll
you
get,
guys
we'll
can.
get scolded. if
Right.
we do.
No, I get it.
But I'll make sure to get it to the district, and if you want, I can copy you just so you stay in the loop of what's going
Okay,
on.
that'd be great, because then I can just jump on these principles that I have a few that I can just.
Perfect. So
remind
I'll
them.
do the flyers for the showcase, I'll do the flyers for the district. If we want to do a video, I guess we'll just ask Lorenzo about the wording for that.
How close can we hug the line? Tell me want to hug that line.
I know that.
Well, I wonder if you say previously known as.
Formerly known as,
Yeah,
previously known
formerly, yeah.
as.
Because now you're not claiming it to be,
You're just saying
it
that's
was
what it
previously
was.
known, yeah. But maybe the attorney could answer that better.
And if that's the case, I guess what the best next thing we can move on is just scheduling. Whoever from the committee, yourself, or anybody who wants to be a part of it.
Judy would be, maybe the lead on that.
So we'll schedule it with you.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, bring a, a thing and then like, hey, and the ugly sweater, hey, getting ready to run. Oh, yeah. Like an L,
Can
like,
you guys come too? Like,
yeah. I'm
you
not,
guys
I'm
can
not
come all
pushing out like,
dressed up?
hey, yeah.
You
that's what I'm
guys
saying.
Dressed up like
Yeah.
military?
Yeah,
No, I
Oh,
was
no,
dressing up,
fun.
yeah, it's fun.
You can be stretching. the
Elves,
background.
like, what's the big elf? No, the.
Oh,
show.
Buddy
I
Deal?
think-
Oh,
Yeah, Buddy.
Buddy Deal.
Yeah.
I think in this next month though, as long as, now that we're brainstorming these ideas, I know things have been a little slow. I'm sorry, I'm only one staff when it comes to this. But I think if we get our gears going, all of us together for this month, I really think we can make it easily.
Mm.
So, but these are good ideas and I'll make sure to follow up on this.
But so it was video to highlight the reindeer run. This is part of the minutes. And then previously known as Jingle Bell Jog was going to be Ask Lorenzo.
And then we'll schedule
legality.
with Judy a video.
And then I'm sorry, then but who's going to ask Lorenzo? Who?
I'll ask them,
Yeah.
because that's more of a marketing thing.
John, okay, you got that. And then the B to that was scheduling. the video.
Scheduling with Judy. And we'll
And then
work on
we'll schedule it through Judy. Schedule video.
it. With Judy and a couple.
But you and Judy will schedule that, or I'll and Judy?
Oh, we'll work,
Both of us.
we'll tag team
Yeah.
on this, just to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
whatever needs to get.
Scheduling video, but Judy will be our lead, and then you guys will, so I'll put John.
Put like
and
3
I'll
dates out to the committee.
Whoever
and
can
see who
make it that
come.
day
Yeah.
can come dressed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, our next meeting, I think, is what did we say it was? December 3rd?
Sounds like that.
It's December 1st.
That's too
First,
far
yeah.
out.
No.
That's too close.
No,
That's
we'll do
Yeah,
it
we need
like,
to do it like maybe
Sooner.
next
I'm
week.
out of town. I leave town the 10th to the 20th,
So like in
of
2 days?
November? Oh,
but I can shoot from somewhere else. I can shoot a selfie video. I'm gonna be.
if you're gonna be where the snow is, you could say, I'm
I'm
coming
gonna
from
be in
the North.
Tennessee. I'll have a
I'm
mountain
coming up from
behind
the
me.
North Pole. I'm
Can you
coming
check that?
down.
Yeah.
to check with you.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Hey,
available.
oh, as you go through the different states, we're coming
Even
from
if it's just
Georgia,
an intro
we're coming
video.
from Alabama.
She said she-
We're gonna come to this run. We can't miss
We're coming to
it.
the run. Come on, everybody. And then you get the truckers, you going to the run?
That's a good
So we
idea.
have to have reindeer forms.
So we have, and then Judy
figure it out.
contacted the American Legion, and
No.
then, so do you know any other organization that could possibly help us around here? I don't know if Ilea has a.
Oh, how about Willie Sanchez? You could reach out to
Really
him.
didn't answer my email.
Pardon me?
Really didn't answer my email.
He's not good at answering emails.
What about,
But he's
No, he's awesome. He's the one.
He's awesome.
He's why I probably connected into this as well.
Yeah.
He's one of the players,
What
and then he
about
left.
the-
And he goes, "Sorry, I'm leaving now." I'm like, "What?"
yeah, but I mean, the fact that he didn't respond doesn't mean that he's inattentive. He just has got so many things going on, but he would be good because he reach into the Hialeah population and then the schools here, like Barbara.
I mean, I can
Bowman.
ask, I don't know what the lines are there, if he works for the city, but we can ask.
Just as a.
Or like if he has any contacts externally.
what about if we can look at the registrants
And you,
for the parade this year? Because if they're. if
Oh,
they've
I
had
can send
involvement
them
in
an
the parade,
email.
Like Southcom or, these Fishing with America's Finest, like, I don't know,
Actually, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
yeah, like any sort of
And-
registry that we have. would be-
Oh, you know what? That's a good, American Legion, 144, Judy, you contacted them or you,
I was there
You
at
gave
their
them a
meeting on
briefing.
Saturday. Yeah. We gave out flyers.
okay, and that was, what day was that? That was the 5th, 5 November. Right. And then Jonathan, what did you just mention? That was a good
So any
idea?
registry that we have.
Oh, fishing with
the
America's
veterans,
Finest, you said,
Okay,
The Veterans Parade.
because the fishing guys.
but I can copy and paste the link and send them the flyer.
This is like Gary stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is-
America's
This is
Finest.
Gary stuff.
Reach out. Captain Neal to promote. Run.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sneaking down this agenda. The vendor, I'm going back and forth with him on the shirts. Do I call the final order or are you calling it?
Well, we're gonna go based off the number we took, like based off that quote.
So I can just
I
send
can
them on
send the, yeah, if you want, that's fine.
I have the other logos because we had other people that qualified to get a shirt and we, was it Larry? Larry wants to push the deadline out
Yeah,
and I think it's getting too tight.
he really
I'm
felt that,
afraid.
he felt inspired by your efforts and he said, you know, being in the business, he said, I should have been selling more and I didn't. So he wanted an opportunity to make good on, you know. But we had talked about that and you said, I don't really want to do too much and
I have it here. So November 17th was our sponsored deadline. We never really had one. So we talked about making.
We have it here on the package at least for November 11th, and I'm sure that's probably based on like how much time do we need for the shirts when it comes
That's
down
the
to.
thing. So I will talk to him tomorrow. I told him hold off because I need to
Okay.
do Chick-fil-A. I need to figure out how Chick-fil-A's logo wants, because
Okay.
I know I wanted to be able to show that he's the Miami Lakes Chick-fil-A
Okay.
and give him the credit for it because,
no.
yeah.
But speaking of shirts, something to keep in mind, if you guys want to push it, that the reason for the deadline is more because of the marketing materials. But when it comes to like the silver or
Right,
bronze
it
level,
doesn't
you can
matter.
continue
Sure.
on because that doesn't.
Right.
Like us updating a flyer, we can do because it's us doing it.
Yeah.
Mm,
The problem is the shirts.
Right.
mm.
So
So
the
I-
higher levels.
And I don't honestly, I don't see us coming in with any more.
The
that
higher
That's-
levels.
That was my point, actually.
Oh, because the big ones are gone. Title is gone and what?
Title's
platinum?
gone.
Title, the Fun Zone and Title are the only two that are one,
Uh-huh.
but the shirt level goes to
Platinum and gold.
gold. So gold and platinum, 5,000 and 2,500 both get on the shirt.
Okay,
So I don't really see too many more 2,500.
Yeah, those are the hard ones.
so you're suggesting that you want to stop the sponsorship on the 11th as previously,
Well, that's what's on there. That's-
That's
Yeah.
what's
I didn't
on
even.
there.
And I didn't-
realize
I
it was
didn't-
on
But I
there.
guess, and more importantly, it has to do with the shirts,
yeah,
right? For
Oh.
those bigger sponsors.
okay, so,
Let me just send him a text to
Can-
see if he can close it until the 17th, which would be, I don't
yeah,
want to get too close. I'm gonna
Yeah,
freak,
that's-
I'm gonna freak
because
out.
you don't end up with any shirts, so then, you're like,
No, that would be awful.
yeah, that'd be all. Mm. We just give them a voucher. We'll just print up vouchers and say, come back and get your shirt. You know, like when they give you the free toy and you go to the store and like, oh, no, you don't actually pick the toy up now. You can do some of your holiday shopping. Here's a voucher and come back after the first of the year. You're like, what? Okay, so gold and platinum can still get on the shirt until.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, and Larry pushed for
November 17th,
November 17th.
which is.
Yeah. However, concerns exist with t-shirt delivery.
Yeah. So again, even if Judy's vendor says no, the 11th to 12, whatever, we can always continue with silver or bronze sponsors.
Right.
Getting those.
Just go, oh, okay, that was the other one. So it was silver and bronze,
Which are 1,500.
okay, are not on shirts,
Exactly.
not on shirt. And gold and platinum can get on shirts. Okay, got it.
I'll just need your invoice once that's finalized and we'll process the payment.
Okay, perfect.
And then, oh, sorry, I don't know if you're done there.
I'm done.
Finisher metals, 11/26 makes 45 days out from the order. We will receive the metals on December 26th. Or around there.
You're
sorry,
due to be back on that thing.
To be back to
Okay.
the shift here.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the point? you just made?
11/26 is 46 days out from when we ordered the medals.
Okay.
So that's when they're expected to get here.
Oh, okay.
This report's done inside.
Yeah,
finalized,
they're
done. Okay, great.
Oh, so they're supposed to, so their ETA is on that day.
Yeah, but that's a weekend,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
just keep in mind that.
All right, but it's a full 2 weeks before the run.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how did, like, so we gave the 25 cases for the parade on Sunday. How did those go? Were they like a drop in the bucket? Were there plenty to go around?
No, if, honestly, we had waters from you, but we also had waters that CERT donated. So I didn't see any left over.
I
Did
didn't
you?
see because the only one that I saw were that we stole a case and brought it to registration.
Yeah, but there was none there.
And that was gone in
Seconds.
5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to know how many cases should I bring to the 5K?
Yeah.
I brought 25 to this.
So I have a question. And just to be clear, you're bringing it because you want to donate, but really we know that we have water stations
We have water stations for runners, but not like water, like
for the, okay,
hanging around for the,
I get you.
Oh, yeah.
those are like the cups, this,
Yeah, those are those people are running through the.
Yeah.
so like maybe to have in the village where
Okay.
we're having our vendor activations, I think we should have some water
I
distribution.
know
there.
when Willie, when I started and Willie was passing on the events to me, he told me to do like 3 per head. Like that's kind of the water that you're averaging.
3 per head, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
3 per head.
Now, is that 3 per head with the small 8-ounce bottles, or is that the 12, 16-ounce bottles?
I mean, I personally feel like people waste water.
Yeah,
Like when you do the big ones, I don't know if you have options of smaller or
no,
bigger
no, we're
ones.
just the
You just have
regular.
yeah, I feel like people waste water, so I always like to get the little ones, but
But in other words, if it's
It's
3
like
bottles
chill.
per, would it be 1 regular sized bottle per, or 3 little, or there's 3 big bottles seems like a lot?
yeah.
Oh, he was saying that for
He
the
would tell
runners?
me,
or-
no, like in general for
Oh, any
events,
event.
like when we're providing water, because we
Yeah.
need water, like they provide, also keeping in mind it's hot.
It's not that hot in December, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
Okay, so, and then what I was thinking, I just want to make sure we have the people to do this. My booth, headquarters booth, excuse me, will give out the plethora of the water. That'll be the
Oh.
main place to get,
Okay.
because that'll be
Oh.
something good they
Okay,
can get
rather than
out.
giving it to
Okay,
other people to give out, you will give it out. Okay.
That'll
That's
be a
good.
main place to get water,
Yeah,
so that's
okay.
where people will hang out after.
Yeah.
And then just, I want to make sure that, will the town coordinate volunteers to bring water to like the people that are setting up?
yeah, we'll have to go over, what we expect, like where we, are guessing that we're gonna need volunteers, like where we're planning
Hmm.
to have these volunteers, the same way we did for the parade, and they can help with all of that.
Okay, so with the
So we'll
aisle.
put out, we're gonna put out, just so you guys are aware, we'll do an Eventbrite.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna be working with our colleague Austin Tubbs. He's the one that deals with programming, the kids programming over at the youth center.
Mhm.
And he already asked me about it because he has people that want to come back. And I know the kids from the Veterans Parade are also looking for more hours.
What do you think about, it just occurred to me when you said, I don't know, but like a best costume or a best, like something that would encourage people to actually get dressed up rather than just, we're coming, we'll throw a hat, a Santa hat on, and whereas the people that know they're gonna be walking the whole way, you have a best, in different groups, best
Categories, yeah.
adult, best child, or best family, or best something where they'll go ahead and actually invest
Right,
time
we can-
putting things on them. So when they come out, because they know they're going to be judged, and now it becomes more of a, oh, this isn't a race. It's a fun, what do you think?
like an
That's
improv
fun,
too.
I like that.
I mean, just to encourage the
Get
idea
marketing
of
out there for that.
familial participation.
And a fun,
Yeah, best, whatever. And what would they get? It would give them a holiday something? Like instead of cash, give them you get a stocking or a holiday stocking. And that way we don't have to go crazy, get some things from Home Goods or the dollar store, pack it with, 4 or 5, and then they get their stocking. Something like that, maybe.
So what do we call that? I guess we'll have to come up with that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have, it's just a thought, just because it might encourage people to get dressed. If you say best, holiday, most festive, there'll be 3 different awards or something.
Family,
Yeah, best
Well,
family, best
Yeah,
elves, best Santa, best Mrs.,
Whatever, figure out what.
best
sounds
Grinch.
fun. And then we'll get that stuff, that's a good
Maybe we
idea.
could do a kids one too.
Yeah,
Yes,
oh, maybe for
for
the
sure.
kids.
I was
Yeah, maybe
thinking,
that
I
would-
was thinking it would mostly be kids, but.
Oh.
maybe that's
And then maybe a family
I
one,
know, I
like the
know.
whole, because some whole families do like
Yeah.
their pajama thing, you know, and
Yeah, I mean, they have, right, yeah.
so let's have a
It's
kids.
like a best dress essentially. Is that how we want to?
Yeah,
Most festive.
Most festive
Most
sounds
festive.
better, yeah. Or most,
Original and
Most festive.
festive.
And
I
like
don't
family category.
Yeah,
individual,
family.
Kid.
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
And then we'll have to figure out what the exact
yeah,
price is.
right. But, so that will be, that would be, what do we just call that?
that most festive
Most festive,
dressed
okay,
contest.
most festive. Dressed.
Going down the agenda. Packet pickup is cool. We're 10 to 7 at headquarters Toyota. We got, I'll have plenty of people working that, plus I know the race people bring a couple people too.
Yeah. And they'll have little things to sign people up that are there, right?
Yeah, the tablets will be there, and then people can do it on their phones.
Okay.
The kids run,
And I'm sorry, Judy, the dates for the packet pickup?
that's
are-
gonna be the Friday before.
Okay.
That's,
which
is that the 9th, right? That's 12/9,
The race is on Saturday,
the
yeah.
10th, yeah, so
so
12/9 is
Friday.
packet.
Okay, and was it 2 days of pickup? I thought you had a couple of days.
There's one in the morning. They told me not to go so far before that nobody goes.
I don't remember. I know we already said it. I don't know. But I know we did set it with Ruben.
This is packet pickup. This packet pickup. Headquarters. Toyota. Do you prefer headquarter spelled out or HQ Toyota?
Headquarters.
Yeah.
With no S.
Right. I assume probably, yeah, that would be the HQ. It's kind of, are you familiar with WHO, World Health Organization? People have the uncanny want to call that the WHO. Oh yeah, the WHO. They hate that. The WHO, the hate's being called the WHO. We're not the WHO, we're WHO.
WHO.
So I have here Thursday and Friday,
Yeah, I do
right?
think
No,
that-
but this was the original note, so maybe
Yeah.
not anymore. Are we not doing Thursday and Friday?
I don't mind. If you think people are gonna come, I'll do it.
No, no, no.
I thought we, just because we said if you wait until the Friday when they're getting off of work and now they're busy and they gotta get home and they want whatever.
So let's do, okay, so 12/8 at headquarters Toyota also.
Okay.
Keep it simple, right?
Yes, they were, the early pickup is that for sponsor, yeah.
So it was 12/8 and 12/9.
And I believe you had changed the times.
Yeah, I
from the
did.
original
I-
time. Okay,
Close it down a little bit. It was a little too big.
so it's still 10 a.m. to 7?
Yeah. Do you want-
On both days?
Do you think I should do both days at broad of a range of time?
I think the opinion there would be from Ruben. Like,
Okay.
I feel like he would, be able to guide us.
Would
better.
that be difficult to staff?
No, I can
You're right.
handle it. I just need to know in advance.
Mm.
If Ruben says to do it, will you let me know and I'll staff it accordingly?
7 p.m.
It makes sense like on Thursday, maybe the afternoon, and then Friday all day. However, people will get that confused and they won't know, okay, is it open in the morning, the afternoon?
Yes.
But if it's the same both days, then like, oh no, it's whatever, 10 to 7 both days.
So.
I'm okay with that.
What days, what times did you say?
10 to 7.
Oh, you did.
10 a.m. to 7. yeah.
And then, so we're thinking December 8th and December.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, my opinion would be keeping the same both days to avoid confusion. And then as long as it can be staffed effectively. If not, we have the veterans, we can reach into the group and see if, we can spell somebody.
Yeah, and Ruben said he could help as well with stuff.
Okay.
I think you guys will be fine.
So packet
And
pickup.
always keeping in mind that there's also packet pickup the morning of that.
Right.
For
Oh,
those who don't make it.
yeah. Do
It's
people do
just-
that?
We
Yes.
encourage people to do it ahead of time so that they're not waiting in line that morning and have to get there a little
Oh,
earlier.
right.
That's kind of the benefit of doing the packet
Yeah,
pickup.
because then there'll still be 50 people in line. It'll be 8 o'clock.
along with those who are registering on the spot.
Yeah. Mhm.
The kids one?
And so I want to confirm.
And then you're gonna confirm, do you have to confirm anything with Ruben or?
No, we're just gonna clear the dates with him,
And clear
Which-
times and.
which I believe we already discussed, but I'll send him an email and I'll get it in writing.
And then moving on to the kids run,
He
Just-
already confirmed the groups.
all done, okay, Ruben done.
Here, but I'll give them to you, so you guys have it. It's 5 and 6,
Mhm.
so 5 through 6, 7 through 8,
Mhm.
9 through 10, 11 to 12. And I'm gonna assume that anything after 12, they're thinking those kids will
Well, the-
probably
the
able
big
to run
people.
the big one.
Oh, but that would be they would actually be broken into separate segments or
4 categories.
they're gonna be just.
Yeah, because I can't see a 5-year-old running with a 12-year-old. Like, I feel like the little
Yeah.
kid will get trampled.
But I mean, is that for awards?
So
Because it's
that's
just
the
a
little
fun thing.
dash, the dash will let them
Oh,
run in
okay, you're
their
just
little
gonna group
groups.
them, they'll go
Yeah,
in another group.
Yeah.
They'll go, okay.
So that will all be in the same area, just obviously at different times. They'll call up group 5 and 6 first, and then group 7 and 8, and then group 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Group 11 and 12.
And did you see where that was? Well, you did. Where the race starts and finishes,
Mhm.
they're gonna do the kids run right there and just kind of
Right in
go,
front.
yeah, go whatever, a quarter mile or something. And
And then disabled runners start to wait. I was just talking to Glary, brought this up to make sure that is that part of this? Is Ruben gonna deal with that?
We'll have to, we haven't talked to them about this at all.
Okay,
So
so,
I will. ask Ruben.
this is age
And
groups.
I'm sure they can accommodate, but how?
Start.
all right. Well, you were out of town. We went real rogue in our committee and voted on something and it was approved that my staffs, my sponsors have donated their booths to nonprofits. So it.
Okay. I thought we were gonna have, and I guess this is a question for you. I thought we were gonna have nonprofits anyways.
So
Yeah,
yeah, that's what Jonathan said too. I didn't know,
Okay.
but I'm like, just want to make sure if they
I know
have
we can
them.
recognize them then in the, okay.
Okay, so let's do that then.
but you had said there was two groups that didn't have to pay. One was the nonprofits and then somebody else got kind of gratis tents, right? Not-for-profits
For the
were,
5K?
yeah, didn't the sponsorship and the not-for-profits got free tents or no?
For the 5K?
Yeah, I'm asking. I don't know. I know we
I
did it
know
with
we've
the,
talked about the 5K before, like usually we don't charge nonprofits because they're not gonna have any money to
Right.
like give us to begin with.
right.
But I think that's it, that's really it.
Oh, okay. They don't get a tent, they just get to be there at no cost.
Well, we wouldn't give them, yeah, because then it would be a cost to us, but we
Yeah.
can provide them the space for them to pass on
Okay.
any resources.
But in other words,
information they
Judy
may
was saying that these people paid but didn't want a tent.
have.
or
So
didn't want
I get
anything.
you, so they'll have that. actual tent.
So they said, please give this to a nonprofit
Okay,
and they can use our donation to help advance their cause.
Okay.
That's what you were
okay,
saying. And then the thought was that nonprofits got in for free anyway, but they don't necessarily, like these people get a tent, right?
yeah.
Okay, so the nonprofit will get a tent.
Well,
now
for
if
it to look uniform, I think we would get, it comes down to the fact that do we, apart from these, right? Any extra nonprofits? Do we want to open it to them? Normally we do for other events, but I guess this will be up to you guys. And if we do open it up, is there gonna be an expectation that we're gonna provide a tent for them as well? Because then that comes out of our pocket.
Right, that's why I kind of figured these
will
guys pay
cover
for
that.
them. I
So
have
then we would limit it
4.
to those 4 then.
I mean,
What do you think?
we don't have to, but again, I'm trying to curate an event that makes sense to, I don't want like,
No, of course,
anti-missile league.
no,
and,
it
you know,
needs to
whatever.
make sense with whatever you get.
Right.
obviously. But I'm saying, so do we, I guess here's a conversation to be had, like, do you guys wanna keep it at just those 4, since those are the 4 tents we're gonna have anyways empty? Or would you be okay with accepting more?
I
guess
would
that's
be
the
okay for
question.
accepting more, like, we could
Okay.
see if Giving Gators wants a
Okay.
tent, that's part of family, that's part of the local thing.
Okay, and then if we do more, like, for example, if there's 4, but let's say there's 6, those 2 extras, will we provide tents for them as well?
Yeah,
we will,
yeah, I think we should.
and then because there's a cost for the
Yeah,
tents.
it's a little tiny cost.
Yeah,
Okay,
but the thing that I thought of was that a lot of these, and you know better than anybody, since you had worked previously your previous life, they have their own tents because it serves as advertising.
I
So
think
it
it
says-
depends on the organization, right? Like the smaller ones are
Mm.
maybe might have less to work with than the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I think it just depends.
I'm thinking most people in South Florida have a tent in their
Sure.
garage or
Or
their
maybe
neighbor.
we can offer it, but ask them, hey, if you have
Yeah,
yours, bring
that
your
would
own,
be
and based on what that conversation, we'll provide it or not. Because obviously, yeah, that's a cost we get
That's
to
what we
save
did
on.
for the health fair, huh?
Hmm.
A lot of people brought their own.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, I mean, if you want Humana to come, that's fine.
Well, Humana would have to be a sponsor because they're not a nonprofit.
Oh, that's
They
true.
make money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I guess for those nonprofits, we can ask them, hey, do you have a tent? If they say no, we'll provide it then. If
Okay.
you guys are okay with the cost.
Okay,
Okay.
Up into a certain amount or
yeah, up into a certain amount.
like how many would we say?
Yeah, I guess this is a good.
And then,
I have 4 here. How many more? I mean, we're gonna overdose on
but
this.
that's, if we use their money that they submitted,
That would cover.
that would cover the cost of any tents.
Yeah, probably.
Because what they gave, how much, like 500 or,
No, everybody has to give
At
a
least
thousand.
it
A
depends.
thousand
Oh.
is to get a tent.
geez,
I have a
Okay.
$5,000 one here.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, really?
Yeah.
You see that, right?
Hmm.
There's some light going on. I don't know what it is. I guess it's not very well, probably you guys should-
Hmm.
it's not pretty.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Almost
So
fire alarm is
ask
going
the
on.
nonprofits. if
Hmm.
they have
Sorry.
tents. But
Oh,
even,
$5,000.
it's still a good idea to ask them if they have tents, because
Yes.
whatever, that's a cost we won't.
No,
Okay.
we did that for the health fair.
That's not a problem. They have
Yeah, but
tents.
in other words,
now
if
we
you're,
will
if you're a
provide.
sponsor and you pay 1,000, you get a tent, plus you get blah, blah, blah. If you're just an NGO, we pay the tent, it's like $50.
Yeah.
So it's the $1,000 and
Yeah,
$5,000
it's
that
still
you had
extra.
will cover
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
all the tents, one of those sponsors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, because we didn't finish something that we.
Oh, and I'm sorry, what was the last point then? Was about tents, so I can capture this in the minutes? It was, NGOs, no cost,
Yeah, no.
and then, they'll get,
We will provide tents
okay.
if they don't have one.
use their own tentage.
Can we go back real quick to about the video that is potential sponsor, which is Custom CrossFit? There's somewhere in Miami Lakes, I'm pretty sure. About sending the video out, because that was his, like, and I'll link this with another thing, Sweat 440, the new gym on Main Street. He's a silver sponsor for $1,000.
Okay.
I gave him the warm up. He's gonna warm us up. He's gonna have a little warm up routine.
Okay, great.
And we voted for that to make sure.
Okay.
Okay, so that's happening for him. And Dominic was a little disappointed, but I keep talking to Dominic, how you doing? You ready to do it? You ready to do it? He just wasn't doing it. So, I mean, I hit Orange Theory 4 times and I hit Sweat 440 and I went back to Sweat 440. Well, it's either gonna be you that does the warm up or Orange, whoever's first is gonna get the warm up. So the warm up's gone. It's to Sweat 440
Okay.
and.
Yeah, I think that's a great incentive,
So he was like, boom.
especially since they're new business.
And they're actually texting me today, I need to set you together with these, I mean, I'm gonna do all the intros tomorrow and give you all
I
the.
have, I'm actually going there, so I've already met the owner guy, or one of them, I guess.
The
It's two
son,
of them, right?
yeah, the son,
Yeah.
and, yeah, he's really nice, Carlos,
So-
maybe? Yeah, I have his number down, but,
Okay. So great, so they'll do the warm up and so the race is set to start at 8, so at 8 we would do the warm up? I just
No,
want
I
to make
think
sure we're on
Like
time.
10
or-
to 8, right, or
so we have the
7:45.
national anthem is at 7:45 with the band. And then, I mean, how long does the national anthem take to go? It's probably
2 minutes.
2 minutes. So I would say the warm up would be at maybe 5 till, 10 till,
Hmm.
right?
Okay, so 7.
10 till?
And what about any remarks given either by you or by the committee or by mayor or council? Like, are you guys gonna make any sense for that? I'm just, so we can build the timeline.
I think we should do that after, right? It's so early and everybody's so focused on the event. No?
Yeah, I mean, in years past, of course, we only did it with 2. My experience was I was just, helping out, but they did, Naib actually said something like, hey, it's great, yeah, thank you so much for coming, blah, blah, blah. And then Gary, who just happened to be standing there because one of the, he ended up getting the microphone. Of course, Gary was, oh, hey, but there was Naib, Gary, and I thought the mayor had said
So
something.
you're
like
saying they did it before or after?
Before, because afterwards, people are they get their medal when they come across the
Well,
line,
Yeah.
and then, most of them are gone unless,
Technically, are you guys gonna do like a winner thing?
Yeah,
Because they,
right.
I know they do it for other
Right.
races.
The normal thing.
Yeah.
yeah, so they do,
That's
so
also
the
an
people that, you
Do it
know,
right there before they hand the medals out, because they're not gonna leave till they get their medals.
Yeah. like-
no, but I'm saying that don't, when you come across the line is when you get the
Yeah.
medal.
Oh, it's right then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you come across and you got volunteers
The
just
ones that
passing
stick
you your
around tend to
medals.
be the people that know.
Because if
they're
no,
out
if
there.
not, people will say, hey, I never got my medal.
Yeah,
And then, oh yeah, I didn't get mine, and you won't know, so the only,
Afterwards.
yeah, the only collective point is that when they're coming across, and then they would have
Oh,
the winners afterwards, once they get tally all of the different age groups. And then they say, okay, this is for, which I don't think I don't know, is Ruben doing that? Is he doing trophies for?
So,
Zoom? Hello? So 7:45 national anthem, and then
I say 10 till.
7:50 is warm up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, that's pushing it kind of close, because you're not gonna warm up in 5 minutes, because you're looking for your friends, you're getting ready to, hey, and everybody's bull jiving and drinking coffee, and,
well, I don't know about, well, I have to.
I mean, they're
stop thinking
looking,
about it.
you're looking through the audience with, some people are trying to get up to the front, some people are waving to the, hey, have you seen your brother? What do you think about that, Judy? Talking about the warm up? The warm up, having it at 7:50, 10 minutes before it starts might be cutting it a
Too
bit
tight?
close, yeah. Only because, it's so chaotic and people trying to get up in a good position and find their friends and, take pictures and do all that stuff.
do you wanna do it?
Like, if maybe before the national anthem.
Do the
Like
warm
a
up?
warm up at 7:30 and say, hey, for those of you, hey, we're gonna do a warm up. And that way they kind of like get people, all right, settle down, and then you can announce the national anthem. Maybe.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Just because I'm afraid that if you start at 7:47 with a warm up, and we're kicking it off at 8 on the dot, it might be kind of, all right, everybody, and then people are kind of like, hey.
Yeah,
And then now they're not where they want to be because they were looking for somebody, but they stopped to do a warm up. So maybe
I think 7:30 sounds like a good idea.
7:30 for the warm up.
Yeah, 7:45 for the
Okay.
national anthem and then 8 to go.
We're gonna do the warm up before the national anthem.
Oh,
So we'll
okay.
do the warm up at 7:30, and then we'll do the national anthem at 7:45. There's still gonna be that group of people that are just getting there at that time, but
There's no trophies included in this. No trophies on this contract.
Yeah, if it's not included on there, then it's not.
Mm.
We have somebody we use, if you want me to get a quote,
We need to get trophies for all.
And they're pretty quick.
Categories.
they're pretty quick.
Will you get Ruben? to
The
tell you-
categories he'll tell us if he had, maybe he did it to me already, but he definitely can get us stuff. Well, and I guess that's something, okay,
That's just.
so
gonna be
warm
local.
up 7:30?
Yes,
Yeah.
warm up 7:30, national anthem 7:45 and 8 to start.
mhm. Trophies for the age group
Eight
categories.
starts. So we're saying remarks after in the work ceremony?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't even think it was that, I don't even remember it being because at that point, half the people had left. There was a few of the hardcore runners that were, making sure that they got noted as being the first 60 and over guy or a girl or whatever.
Or you know what, let's do it, let's do the warm up and then we'll do some short announcements.
Mm.
And then the national anthem, I think we'll have plenty of time for quick announcements. and welcoming everybody and
They're just like, hey, good morning,
Thanks for
everybody. This was
coming.
wonderful. Thank
You're
you for supporting
Saying
her.
the remarks after the warm up?
after the warm up for the national anthem. So the warm up will give them what, like 8 minutes to do the warm up or whatever.
Okay,
Is that enough?
I guess.
2 remarks. I'm just
Can you
looking at
ask
it.
Any of the elected officials if they're gonna come, especially Manny?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask them,
Manny would be the big
I
guy,
want
right?
Manny.
Yeah.
yes, it's on their calendar already, but I'll give a push through the
But
clerk's office and through the mayor's
I
assistant.
mean, it's always nice to see everybody. And
Yeah.
this will be,
Well, you might have
But-
faces as well, so
Oh,
you wanna come out.
yeah.
After tonight.
But
Well, they might want to.
But the only problem would be that it's not really the venue to be kind, because some of these we're talking and we have the opportunity to
No, yeah,
acknowledge,
we
but
probably have to.
we
do
won't
a
really,
class.
it's kind of like, one person, one representative of all the people get up, hey, I'm the mayor.
Yeah,
you know.
mayor.
And if the
Yeah,
mayor
but
can't
do
be
you
there, the
still
vice
want me to
mayor.
send the invite? I mean, the invite is already on their calendars, but I
Yeah.
always ask Kate for confirmation. Do you
And they
still
can
want me to
speak
ask for
after.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So I
after,
still-
Oh, yeah,
we're
after,
gonna have
yeah.
a stage and
Yeah.
moments for other things too,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I just know that by the time we get to the back end, you've got your medal, that's what you came for, you're with your family and friends. You're not really hanging around for remarks, because now you want to go see the petting zoo, you want to go get a hot
Well, that's where the
chocolate.
remarks are gonna be, at that stage facing all that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all gonna be there,
Alright.
so they'll be kind of milling around anyway,
So
and
I'll
a
ask
band and
Ruben,
everything will be right there.
I'll ask Ruben what the groups are, and then based on that,
Are they
I'll
playing
get the
holiday
quote.
music?
They're going to, yeah. Have you got with Project
No,
X?
I haven't
That's on your
done,
list.
yeah,
Okay,
but I will. I know he sent me something about a contract, so I'll give him a call because I don't really understand what.
he's easy, it's whatever you
No,
want
but
to do.
because you're paying him directly,
No,
right?
it's
We're
coming out of
paying,
the budget,
okay,
yeah.
so that's what it is. Okay. I'll get with him.
And then we're asking
What are the
Ruben
groups?
about the trophies, and you're doing that?
Well,
now?
what the categories are, what the winning
Okay,
categories.
because there are no trophies, Judy confirmed.
And then I'll get a quote from Millennium Awards, is the one that we use for the
Okay.
plaque for the Grand Marshal, so we'll just go with them. She does a pretty
The
quick
flag case, you
turnaround.
mean?
Well, she did the little plaque that goes on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she does a very quick turnaround, so we don't have to worry.
And what's it
about
called, millennial?
Millennium Awards.
Yeah.
Her name is Zoe.
I sent it a few days ago. See if we could pick up the plaque, so it's somewhere in my emails.
Millennial
They're here.
Awards.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Martha actually knows her.
age group
Okay,
categories.
personally, like, she picked it up because the lady, so we went to her house.
And then we need to
Yeah, she's
buy,
very easy to work with.
Okay, t-shirts are fine, he can have them there in 10 days.
So
So,
what do you
so the
think?
17th, I can
17th.
close it out
Okay.
instead, just to give the,
Okay,
see if we can another
so-
bronze, if we pick up another
Hmm.
platinum or
So
gold.
Larry,
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not ready for that at all.
17th.
Can you update this one? Yeah, no, I have them all. Yep.
oh, here, that was that note. And so t-shirts, 10 days
I'm
turnaround.
gonna put that on my calendar too.
Is that 10 business days or?
10 days now, just 10 days,
10 days turnaround.
which is,
All right, so
it's fine, it's
Wednesday, the 23rd.
17th.
what is okay?
it's 10 days.
Oh, I'm counting out from the 3rd.
Probably the 20th or 29th with Thanksgiving and stuff,
Mhm.
that's when we'll get them.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna put it on my calendar.
Okay, so computer is-
It's funny, I originally, looking at the screen, I thought, my goodness, it looks like I put on some weight, but then I realized that TV always adds 10 pounds, so I'm actually a lot skinnier than I look on the, which is comforting.
So back to the video, so I have a clear, concise way to answer custom CrossFit.
What exactly, I don't, like, they want us to send the video to all the participants that signed up?
Yeah.
Like a thank you?
Yeah, like here's your video. Like
Yeah,
it's
we
gonna be
can-
like a small short marketing video. I'm sure that he's gonna wanna, put his name of
Yeah.
his gym and stuff and some kind of information.
We have the videos, we have the emails, because
Good.
they log in with
So it's a
access to
yes.
the backend, so we can do that.
So if he commits to, I think he's pushing for bronze. I know that's not in the list of benefits of any of them, let alone any of them.
Hmm.
The warm-up vendor is silver. The boot.
Let me look at it, because.
Yeah, you can-
Silver is 1,000.
Okay, good.
So silver is 1,000,
Right.
and that's what Sweco 40 is coming in at.
He's pushing for 500.
My
And
only
send out
thing
the
is,
Video for 500?
Like, no, right, 1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only because, the title sponsor, I would expect you to say, hey, we want to send out a little promotional.
yeah, if you're gonna give
video.
anything, that's something that should have. I personally don't think that that's like a value for that. Because then imagine, what are you giving somebody who's giving you 1,000 and they're not getting anything?
Yeah, or you gave
That's just kind of how
5,000
I
and you
see
say,
it.
hey, if I had known that was an option to send a
Right.
video, I would have sent a video for our
Well, it was
stuff.
his idea, so nobody else, it was
Yeah,
his
yeah,
idea,
Hmm.
so it was like. a bit
Is
of
he
a-
gonna be using the 10?
Well, he
Oh, the
he has to pay
500
1,000 if he needs a 10. And then I'm gonna have 2 gyms, which doesn't matter, I guess it doesn't matter if I have 2 gyms there, I'm gonna have 440.
As long as
of them.
they're okay, as long as they weren't told. I'm
No,
sure you didn't
no, I
tell them
didn't
they're
promise.
exclusive,
Nope,
yes.
nope,
And it
nope.
doesn't say it in the package, so I didn't think so either.
Okay, so I'll tell him with $1,000 commitment, we'll send a video. That's fair enough.
Is he gonna still need his exhibitor area? And I'm just only asking something to think about, right? Like if he
To
comes
trade
out
out.
and does the, exactly, right? Like, because then it's like, we're giving you more and more and you're not.
Yeah,
like,
like it's not on, yeah, right.
Because then somebody
just
else might
doubled
see
your
it as
bennies.
unfair is all I'm saying.
Right, I understand. No, I know. I'm believing, I'm getting, yeah, I'm with you. I understand.
Okay.
All right, I'll
So
ask
you'll
him.
let us know.
Yeah.
In video,
I'll
yeah,
do
you can
the
send
video,
Oh, thanks.
And I'd like
And then
Okay,
the video was from which group?
custom CrossFit,
Custom Cross.
Is this is the
Dominic.
Oh, they're caution CrossFit.
It's caution, okay.
Yeah, okay. Confirm.
Sorry.
So you'll let us know about caution. Okay. Yeah, but that's
Oh.
not a problem. We have all emails. We can
Okay.
do,
And then you'll do what
I already
you
found it.
suggested previously when you put that list together for the sponsorship in kind and trading things out and getting value for money because of the complaints that folks had that had contributed and they didn't feel like they were getting their money's worth. So you were very conscientious in saying, if you donate this, then you get these, and if you didn't, then we're not really giving you your value, right? That's what. you
yeah,
were-
and I know this is only one page, but in the whole, I actually have like all the committee ones all together. And in the beginning of the package, I think it says something about like being able to customize.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
kind of what we're
All right.
doing
Oh,
with.
Okay.
customizing, okay.
So Caution CrossFit will get
If they come in
a promotional video,
at 1,000.
At 1,000.
promotional video at 1,000.
So
And is there a time limit on that, or you could 10-minute video? Or?
Well, he can do it as long as he wants. We would
Just a
probably
link.
not,
Oh, link.
we would, oh, it's a link to the video?
he'll probably give us a YouTube link. You're not gonna get a whole video upload and all that pain in the butt.
Okay.
Yeah,
We probably wouldn't, I mean, it's up to him. We probably wouldn't suggest a long video because then people are.
They're not gonna watch.
Yeah, that's not
I think he
really-
knows.
I think like 2,
I'll get time,
3 minutes. Some
Yeah,
are
people
like,
are very short. attention spans.
Yeah,
And some people get annoyed that they're getting something in them, like,
so Chick-fil-A. Do you
Okay.
want to deal with him and do his like kind paperwork and all that stuff and get his stuff?
So I have a question for you here. Jonathan has filled me in on this, but my only question is, we had already confirmed the Acai Express.
They're doing smoothies.
Well, that's my question to you guys. I think the last conversation we had is she wanted to do smoothies, but I think from my notes, we had said, oh, can she also do fruits? Like kind of do half and half for those people that maybe will not have smoothies.
Let's leave her with the smoothies. I like it.
So we say just smoothies
Smoothies.
because they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Okay,
and let
well,
Chick-fil-A
then
do the
I just
fruits.
have to let her know because the
Yeah.
last conversation was half
Okay,
and half.
thank you.
So smoothies for Acai Express.
and
And I think she'll be happy with that anyways.
Yeah.
is that ACAI
Yes.
Yeah.
Express?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're providing that free or?
Yeah,
It's in
they
kind.
came in as an
Yeah,
in-kind
yeah,
sponsor.
Okay.
Is
so-
it, are they 1,000?
We said no, we said we were gonna honor them at. We had put the breakfast recognized at gold level.
Gold,
Yeah.
that's 2,500. Okay, that's what Chick-fil-A is doing too.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Chick-fil-A is doing 700 fruit cups. He says that comes out to $2,500.
Some of the time, no fruits. No fruits.
Hmm,
So I need to, that's
okay.
fine. That's what she wanted initially, so.
And that's to finishers
So-
after the fact?
Yeah, kind of,
Yeah,
like,
the-
when they're
the
done with the
village.
race for them to replenish, I
Okay.
guess. And they'll do the same thing also at the finish line,
Or in, I'm gonna have them in a booth.
Yeah.
They'll be
Oh,
at the,
okay.
yeah,
and we can just,
yeah, go over there.
okay.
Do we,
So,
now, when we had that coffee for one of our events, nobody knew that it was free. People were like, I thought that was free, and then nobody really knew because there was no signage that said, get sample, free. Leave that up to them, I suppose. But what ended up happening was that particular coffee, and I think it was like Arbor Day, Memorial Day, we had that little coffee.
Cienfuegos.
Yeah, I mean, they got a handful of people because everybody thought, well, I'm probably gonna have to pay a lot and
Well, she had it set up too, and she was by herself, I think, or only one person, so everybody was waiting. It was not set up for an influx. She's more of a,
And nobody knew that it was free because there was nothing that gave you, and then, because I remember two people asked me, I said, I know they said that, but I'm not 100%. I thought it was supposed to be free, but I said, well, there's nothing. I said, I don't know, I guess just go up and ask. And then they stood in line, like you said, and then said, I forget it.
If that, like, I get the concern there, but at that point, like, we have to make, like, we would ask them to maybe.
Yeah,
like,
right,
if they
right.
want to
Just-
advertise it,
yeah.
I'm like, hey, free samples.
are they in?
I haven't had any conversation with this person, so I don't know.
Not the coffee.
Which
She's
one?
talking
I'm
about the
looking at
Chick-fil-A and the
coffee.
Oh,
side.
okay, she's one of, because I know we had talked about food trucks or food vendors, so I have her in because it's but she's coming in as like,
Hey,
yeah,
sell.
we're gonna have to pay. So we invited her and she confirmed.
Oh, good, okay.
but we were talking about the smoothies and the fruit cups. What I was saying is that we got people to donate and nobody realized they were donating because it was no signage there that said anything about donating.
For the Arbor Day.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm saying that for the smoothies and the Chick-fil-A, that if they're gonna give out free stuff, it'd be nice if they had something that said free stuff, or people might not know to go and get
Well,
it.
for the smoothies, you will not have that issue because we put them at the finish line.
Oh, okay.
Just to be
So
out
like
there.
with the races, yeah, people
They're
will
gonna get
usually put like
something.
fruits or like those snack bars are usually put at the
Yeah.
finish line, so
Okay.
you pass
So
by
then maybe we'll
them.
put Chick-fil-A there too.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
I think so.
Fruit and.
yeah, because they always have like the
So-
banana, you grab a
And the
banana
cow will be there,
and a
So
Gatorade
we'll put food-
and the pig will be there.
on the Chick-fil-A.
The Chick-fil-A cow's gonna be there.
Did you hear? Oh, you probably didn't, when I had to present in front of council.
Yes.
I was doing great until I got to that kind of portion with the mascots. And I said, well, that is a lot of, like Fuzzy Wuzzy. And
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
I'm like, I don't know, there's a bunch of mascots.
Bunch of mascots
Yeah,
are
yeah,
coming.
Yeah.
So handout as runners finish, so that they go through the,
Hmm.
Okay.
And that would be both smoothies and Chick-fil-A?
and the Chick-fil-A fruit, yeah,
Fruit,
the
yeah.
fruit cups.
So how do we, can you deal with Tony and get him all straightened
Yeah,
out?
I don't have any contact. I don't know if maybe you've connected me. I have a bunch of emails I need to get through. Have you?
No, I wanted to talk to you and see if you are the one that does that with him.
Yeah, I can take
Okay.
care of that.
And then we'll put them.
And then you can tell him to give you the logo.
Yeah,
With
we're
the-
gonna need a bunch of logos here.
I have a bunch.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But
I
when
didn't
you,
know
here's
so.
Tony's number. It's 601.
Give me a second.
Hmm.
Do you want to read that out loud? Because it's,
Oh,
or you want to give it to me after? See what the next steps are to get it done.
and to connect with him, he's gonna give you somebody from his marketing so we can do some collaborative. I think it's
No,
really important
that
we
would
all
be
do the collaborative
great.
marketing.
Yeah.
So I have him on deck for the collaborative marketing. I have Sweat 440 on deck for collaborative marketing. I have Wow.
Oh, the people that are helping us, yeah.
I have Fred Senra's son-in-law trying to talk to the
Tico.
TV station.
Okay.
Tico, yeah,
That's his
Tico went to
son.
school with my husband.
Oh,
It's the
Tico's his
smallest
son-in-law.
world ever.
Tico helps us
wow,
with
and they
everything.
didn't know
Oh,
that
no,
until
none of us
recently?
knew any of that. Just now we met
Oh,
Sunday.
really? Oh,
We all connected on
oh,
Sunday.
hey, oh, hey.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Did they know each other at school or?
Yes.
Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He
really?
took photos of my husband's band the day I met my husband.
Oh,
Oh, no, that was like right in the first year. No,
Yeah.
no, that was not.
okay, so.
and your what's your husband's name?
Greg.
I knew it had, I was thinking, it's like Mike, but it's not Mike. It's
One-
like, it's
one
like a short,
syllable.
it's a short, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anything in that envelope? That I see? No. All right, so we're ready, yes, for the video. That's great. I'll
And
take it.
not, I'm sorry, because you mentioned the whole Sweat 440, the collaborative marketing. I had told Jacob, so if this is something that we can work on. Something I've seen for races before is you kind of do, like, not just the warm up that morning, but to kind of do interactive marketing, kind of do a warm up in advance, like, okay, we're 2 weeks out, here's how you should be prepping your body for this. And like for Sweat 440 to do something like that would be great.
You want to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay. I have the girl's name.
Like tips on,
Like
or
you're a
if you're
month out,
prepping
see
for
if
this
you
race,
can-
you're a month
see if
out,
you
here's
can
how
do
you
a
should.
mile.
A mile this week, get to a mile and a half next week,
Mm.
something like that.
And then the
They're the
two,
experts, but something like that.
It's like a
yeah, no, I got that.
magic calendar, but
But the Sweat 440, what are they gonna be doing?
They're the warm-up.
like.
They're doing the warm up. And they're also, but the caution CrossFit, they're not doing the warm up?
Caution? No,
The post.
they're
They're just
gonna
doing
do the
post,
video.
yeah. So Sweat 440 is doing the warm up at like 7.
And if these gyms or any of these people want to do like raffles or gift cards, I don't know, I guess that's always, I'm sure they'll do that in their
booth.
booth.
Some more context, so.
Yeah. I'll do that.
And you're gonna contact Chick-fil-A just to get their Miami Lakes logo aisle.
How
That's
they
why you're
want to
contacting-
be,
Yeah, branded because that's a pretty, I'm sure their branding guidelines are.
Okay.
I can test maybe Jacob.
Can they have a team? Is there ways to make
Yeah.
teams?
Yeah,
There is, we have 2 teams that have already been formed.
yeah, and
online.
that's a way people can solicit their own donations and we've been
And
looking
they
at ways that
also-
people can donate.
Yeah, you know how Larry was saying, I don't wanna, like, if people wanna donate and they can't do sponsorships because it's like maybe too expensive for them or something, that's a good way to fundraise it. Or somebody who might not be able to run or is just not here that day and still wants to support it, people can fundraise.
Is
I think because I think his idea was that, and maybe he didn't convey it the best way, but what he was trying to say was rather than that our marketing from the beginning should be your donation to run, it will be considered a donation because you're giving to veterans. And as a result of your donation, you'll get a medal and you'll get a whatever, but rather than you're buying or you're, contributing, it's a donation. So that's what I think his point was. It got a little bit lost, I think, in the delivery, but and he didn't understand how nobody got what he was saying, but then he kind of explained it a bit further and he said, no, by just in our marketing, if we say it's a donation rather than,
Well,
you're-
we do have that contributing to a veterans,
Mm.
we've always had that. So that's there, it's just not explicitly said about the sponsors.
Right. yeah.
But it is said about the race as a
Mm.
whole. To benefit proceeds from the event, benefit a veteran's cause, like that's all
Mm.
over their marketing.
Yeah, and we've been putting the direct links to donate.
Yeah.
There's a team pooling donation
Yeah.
Right.
where they can like,
Yadisha
within
is
themselves,
the-
figure out
the
they can-
partner.
and then I have a
Or
link
what, she's the one.
that
that's
comes to this
Okay,
page. If
marketing
you're not
stuff.
participating, anybody
There's
can
the
see this
owner.
page.
That's his number.
Oh,
He should be
okay.
Me,
there.
I don't plan on running, but if I wanted to like.
De
contribute,
Verona
just-
is his last
okay.
name.
And is that,
We have that everywhere.
is that, do you have to go through several clicks to get to that? Because that looks like
No,
a great.
it's a direct link that we post on the newsletter or our social media posts that
Yeah,
I'm sure we
that's-
could like blast it in email.
Are you close with Tico?
And pause and
Will you remind him to get back with the TV station? I'm sure he'll do it.
yeah, he's super helpful for everything.
I even like set a fire under my ad agency. I'm like, there's some buzz. You guys gotta make sure that the TV stations know this is for real. Because Tico was saying that one was for real. I'm like, that's for real.
Now, last year, when you had committed monies from headquarter Toyota, there was the billboard, the digital billboard. And there was
Yeah, I have
talk
it. We're
of,
fixing it right now.
like, the digital billboard was gonna be, so everybody on 826 would see the reindeer run.
It's up there, but you can't see it right now because it's broken. It's like
Oh.
blurry in some spots.
Oh.
But it's actually in the shop getting fixed right now.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could move it around more, but it breaks when we move it. We're getting a new one
Hmm.
and it's gonna be really helpful.
But is that a billboard or is it there?
It's a
at the
digital sign
headquarter
that's on a
Toyota?
trailer.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in front, it's right at the front of the property, so the Palmetto sees it.
Oh, they can, okay,
Oh,
because
yeah.
because I looked, when I heard billboard the other day, I went
No, no,
by and I
no,
said,
no,
where?
no,
I don't see
no,
it.
It's a sign, it's like, it's bigger, it's a little, it's about the size of that window.
I'm
maybe a
glad he
little bigger.
understood.
I was
But it's
wondering-
I was thinking like a full-size billboard, really? Wow.
Oh,
Okay, perfect.
And how many people do we have signed up to date?
We have 41, so in that chart that I shared with you guys, as of this morning, we have 41 signed up, so that was a revenue of 1410. That's as of this morning.
And that's but that's also none of the sponsors.
Yeah, that's not the sponsors,
Right.
this number is
Tickets.
specifically
Paid.
just the registrations.
Those are great.
And you're gonna get the sponsors their vouchers for their.
Yes, I need to get them a code,
I was
if you
already-
give me their email, we'll send them their code, and
I
I
was
need to
already
review
reading.
your codes.
Hmm.
'Cause you get 10,
Yeah, I need my
I
code.
believe it's 10.
Yeah,
right?
mine's going on.
I was
veterans.
going-
My people that get free runs are gonna be veterans.
I was going down this list of people who already paid and making codes for me.
And then we did the reduction for the fire sale. That was
Oh.
gonna go,
That's in our, I don't know.
I was gonna
Oh.
show Jacob.
I brought that up to Isle.
The what is it, sir?
The sale we're gonna have.
the fire sale to promote,
Listen, if you guys wanna do it, we'll do it. I just think that it feels a little like, what are you gonna tell the people that already signed up?
Yeah.
Because
because some of them will call and say, hey,
That's
it's
my
$5
only thing,
less.
how are we
Someone
gonna
in the
deal
meeting
with
brought
that?
that point up and it was like, let's explore it, but we
I'm not-
understand
how are
that.
we gonna do it?
I'm not truly, I mean, things go on sale after you buy them all the time and you go, oh darn it.
Okay, I just want you guys
That
something to be
happens.
aware of, right?
And
Like,
sometimes the stores give you money back, so they're sorry, that was this, it's the sale.
so
you
what's
already
gonna
bought.
be our take on it? I guess that's what I wanna know, so we
41
can,
times, so
I
five
know.
people, I begged, half of them are the people I said you better do it,
okay.
so I'm not worried.
But what my question is, in case we do, because we get people that,
Yeah,
you know,
You
sometimes.
say,
we'll
hey, I
complain.
have 4 kids, I signed them
We're
all
telling
up.
them,
It's fine.
okay,
Well. I think we've only had.
so
I'd
it's
like
just
to see
like,
how many were bought their tickets before the.
it
price
wasn't
went
a
up.
lot, it wasn't a lot. I bought it at the special
Pre-sale?
price,
I
yeah,
had 28, I bought it pre-sale.
Oh, so this is
also it was.
like 12, 13 that
Yeah,
bought
because it was, I
regular.
was like, we
Okay.
have a discount.
Let's
What is
do
they-
it.
That was my push.
So, but if we're gonna do a flash sale, I'm assuming this has to be something like, we have to build hype for it? Or do you wanna do it as a pop-up, like, if you got it, or no, because you're trying to get a lot of people to do it?
I want to get people,
So what do you guys think we should advertise it in advance?
Yes.
Okay,
and maybe this thing you guys are gonna do tomorrow, where he's gonna get with Jacob and have our beautiful, some videos pumping out, and that's where you could stick it in there and get it going. Just want to do it from the 9th to the 15th, because we didn't want to
From
get
the
it,
9th.
we didn't want to make it too
well,
long.
but then the 9th is tomorrow.
I know,
I don't know.
we can change it to the 10th, to give you till Friday to get it done, or
And we have to
11th.
check with what Jacob has going on.
I just don't want to wait too long,
Yeah.
and then more people are gonna buy a regular price, and
So we can, I know we can create codes on the back end, so we can create a code and that's what we'll advertise.
And I think, I agree, I think most people are probably just waiting. They say, oh, our plans will change, so before we commit, let's just see what we're doing for the holidays. And keeping in mind that that run is around the corner. But you're right, if you have that flash sale, then that might promote people that, you know, we're
Oh,
kind
and
of
it's
thinking
for
about it.
Veterans Day.
Yeah.
It's for Veterans Day, so
oh
we
yeah,
can kind
on
of
the
tie it
Veterans,
into
Veterans
that.
Day sale.
It's a Veterans Day sale.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on the 11th, right?
Yeah, Veterans
Yes.
Day sale.
That would give us.
Yeah, that gives us a little.
So
Yeah,
bit
it's
of-
only
we'll do
Tuesday.
10 to the 16, what do we do with dates? I'm only thinking, because I don't think tomorrow's.
No,
Well,
that's-
Veterans Day is
The
11th.
11th.
No, I know, but I'm saying the sale.
Yeah.
You would want to do it for the Veterans Day only, or do you?
No, we're
wanna-
saying
No,
a
it's
week.
due for a
Oh,
week.
wait.
Exactly, so
Yeah.
what
The
dates?
Veterans
So
Day
11
special lasting
Can
1
we
week.
start in the 11th for
Should we
Veterans Day?
start on that?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be
Okay, let's do
perfect.
it.
11 to
16th.
Whatever the week, yeah.
Do we go Friday to Friday or
No,
Friday
Friday
to
to
Thursday?
Thursday is the 16th.
I know you made that distinction. I thought, well, it must be an accounting.
7
thing, 'cause
days.
I would say,
7 days will be the
like, isn't
16th.
that, you're like, no.
So 11th to?
The 16th will be in a week.
11 to 16.
That's funny. You got
And
me on
we'll
that one too.
advertise it.
And they make this pretty easy. Like I
Yeah,
already
yeah.
set it up.
Okay, so the.
Actually, it's 11 to the 17th, that's the week.
Yeah, okay, so it's the 17th.
Yes.
And what would the price be? Because right now it's 40.
35, we said we'd take $5 off.
Hmm.
I
And
like
that should,
$10
and that
off.
should keep the people that paid already a little, but they already
It's
paid
only a
less.
couple.
Doesn't
Yeah,
say.
Well, I-
but 28 of the
28 paid
41
35.
paid 30.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I think we said $10 was too much of a discount.
Too much of a discount.
That would be more of a slap in the face than there would be.
They must, oh, they
There's
must
only
really be
13
desperate.
people.
Yeah.
and do you want to do something special for the kids one or no, we keep it as is? Because the kids one is only 20.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so it's only for the regular, like the whole 5K.
I don't have a problem doing the kids too, let's just do it, and let's get some freaking lift.
Okay, so 35 for 5K and how many for the
25 for the kids.
No, the kids
The
are
kids
20
are
right
20
now.
So
now.
15, knock off $5
Okay,
for
so
both, yeah.
15.
Oh, it's gonna be, I'm gonna make it a code, not a registration.
No,
Adults
do it
is
a
a-
code. No,
Yeah.
actually,
You can do things as.
actually, no, I think you should do it without the code, just a range of time, because it's gonna be from the 11th to 17th, whoever buys in that period.
Well, the effective dates, the code will expire at some point.
But instead of doing a code, they just go in and buy it during that time period, it gives them. We'll work on that. Okay.
And then,
Yeah,
and then kids are considered up until 12, age 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
advertise.
And then there's no issue identified because you'll end up with a kid paying the kid price and then running with the adults, but that's not an issue, right?
Yeah, the only difference is like, if somebody signs up their kid and they sign up themselves for the 5K and their kid for the little one, the only difference is that that's where they're actually getting their medal, right? Like, that's where we're kind of timing, the adult is being timed against everybody else in the 5K, and the kid is being timed against everybody else in the little race.
No, but I'm saying that the medal is the same for the kids or the
Yeah, we
adults.
said
Some
that
of
the
those
same.
two, yeah, they're gonna get medals.
We said
too.
the same.
Yeah, right, so that if they sign them up for $15 and they run in the big race, like a 12-year-old, if the parent signs them up and say, oh, I don't want to run with those little kids, then, well, you can come with me, then they'll just go with the parent and then they'll get the same medal.
Yeah, the only difference there, it's what really
You have
counts.
to have a bib.
That problem
You
is
have
the
to have a
bib,
bib.
exactly.
If you don't
So,
have a bib, you don't
I
get a
get
medal.
what you mean. Some people
That's
might run with their baby. The reality is, right, like, they'll run with strollers.
I already
The
had
baby's
somebody
not
reach
gonna
out.
have anything,
Well, they might
but
put,
it just won't count.
they
Like,
might put
it
the
doesn't
bib
count
on
as-
the kid.
It's only one
Well,
bib.
they only have one bib,
So
so when
only
they
one
put it on
medal.
the kid, it's only the kid being counted.
Yeah, right.
Because the bib,
That's
the bib is what
count.
actually
Count
makes
the
it
medal.
official.
No, in other
yeah.
words, there's no distinction between kids race, adult race. If the kid runs with the adults, he's gonna get the same medal.
If he paid.
Yeah, if he paid, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they pay the reindeer, the little dash, then they'll get a
Yeah,
medal
like the
too.
medal's really only gonna be given to the person with the bib on. So like if I'm
No,
an
no.
adult and I take my,
Yeah.
kid and my kid doesn't have a
Right.
bib, the medal's really
Right,
only
right.
gonna be given to me or the kid, but it was only one, it's one bib.
And what about for the reindeer, the little dash?
They'll get it
They'll-
there.
Are they gonna get a
They'll
little
get
bit
it.
too?
I
There's
don't
some
know,
way
we
to
can ask to see
figure
if
out.
there's a different, would you wanna do a different bib for the kids? I don't know if for the kids, they
I don't
actually
think
do the
it's-
same, the little like measuring bar.
Just as long as we know that the kid
Oh,
got
they're
paid and
right.
the kid gets his medal or her medal.
Yeah,
and-
to make sure that they get their
Yeah.
medal.
Yeah.
And then we have to get trophies for the kids too, and your list on each category. needs to be
Yeah,
there.
of all the
Okay.
categories, including, but I'll make it including the kids.
So this, the kids are reduced to 15.
All right, I'll turn over the money now.
Okay, L, no, P, Q, and then anybody with a bib gets a medal. All bibs.
Yeah, because the bibs are what makes you official on the.
And then, but you said there is a distinction between the little kids and the grown-ups, the reindeer run and the dash is two different bibs, or we're not sure.
I don't know if the bibs might be the same, but what it comes down to is the little marker in the bib that actually times you.
Right, and the kids aren't getting time because it's just like a 40.
I don't know if they are.
I don't think
I
it
have
was,
to
I don't
go
think it was.
I don't think it's a.
No.
It was just supposed to be a fun.
Fun.
It just kind of gives them
You're
access
gonna run to
into
the end and
that.
get, you're the winner, they
Yeah.
see, oof.
Right.
What it does is it gives them access into that, right? Like if there's a kid that
Oh.
doesn't have it, you're not gonna let that kid in, because then it's unfair to.
Yeah, all right.
Yay.
All
And
bibs.
it won't be
Well,
like,
maybe,
you
you know,
need to
I'll
know
ask
what
if
the
we-
code will be on the front.
And then you're gonna ask if
Okay.
there are
We're not
separate
hiding.
Do
bibs?
you wanna do the kids bib different? I'm sure we can do it. We just have to like create a little, like maybe a little different one for the kids.
I don't mind. The race guy does that part, right? Or no, yeah,
No, your team, the wild people are the ones that created
they
it.
designed it, but they gave it to him, he's the.
Yeah, but I mean, do we want to, like, if
Well,
the
so if we're gonna do
possibility
something
is
different,
there?
they're gonna
Sure,
go, it's gonna go
yeah,
back to
okay.
them doing.
They'll do it, they'll fix it for the kids. They'll
Let
do
me
it.
check with him first.
Okay.
Can we do?
And
So-
just chime in on Vanessa and Felix, they'll do whatever you need them to do.
Can
I'm making them nuts.
we do this one? People.
Same bibs.
Promotion. It's a lot more fun to push, sales.
Adults. Then, you're gonna ask Kyle, or who's asking about the bib design? Oh, you're gonna ask
I'm gonna ask
Ruben
Ruben. I have a
if it's
bunch of
appropriate.
questions for
Okay.
Ruben, yeah.
So I'll
So that's like-
ask Ruben. And then if it's a go, if yes, then wow, what is that called? Wow,
Wow factor.
wow factor? For design.
I don't know if you care or want to put like these are the people that are not donating booths, these are the people that are using their booths. Yes, I think I wrote in all of them actually, yes, and these are all who donated.
Let me go through this, because I wanna make sure. So before now, the only one I had to receive was yours, obviously, and the Corzo.
Right,
Okay,
It's
so we're on the
it's
same page.
there.
yeah, I
If
have
they're
like a
donating
yes
the
on my,
booth.
all the way to the right,
Okay.
you have
So,
just two.
yeah, perfect. I just need to update one of this.
Is Corzo Electric a regular electric supply?
He's an
or
electrician,
electrician?
there's
Okay.
residential and commercial.
Yeah, I need the logo.
So this is
Yeah.
1244.
Permit.
Del Toro, I need their logo.
Yeah.
because
I might- I'm going for it.
I was not able to find it
Oh, I have, okay, so where you're putting using is if they're using the booth or not.
versus donating.
Okay, got it. That would be perfect. Put this- I'm gonna put this in.
Did you put this together, Judy?
Yes.
Pretty good.
I know, right?
Not bad, not bad, okay. It's good. Actually, it's fantastic, great job.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Portable auto.
Say logos are coming. First del Toro.
So then we have the total.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I can't separate it. And keep the same code.
We need to go to culturalities tomorrow.
No.
You already, that's what you were doing.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
gonna-
Would it
I have
be,
for everyone.
And you put it till the very last thing.
There was already one for the chamber that
Mhm.
lasts until the first,
Yeah, so whatever the chamber had. pretty much.
but the first isn't the last day of registration.
Yeah,
The 10th, like, would technically be the last day of registration, so.
that's fine. If they don't use it, they'll reach out to us and tell us to extend it.
by saying Veterans Day sale, the impression would be that, yeah, like maybe it could word a little, because they'll think it was that day. And unless they go in and open it, they won't realize it's actually.
The only way they're gonna see it is through a promotion of like, for this upcoming week. This Veterans Day, well, I'll say Veterans Day week, I'll change the
Yeah,
title,
something
but they'll know.
in
when
honor
they
of
see that day.
veterans, flash sale times 1 week, something.
And then, okay, so I have these three here. Okay, so we can add their logos now. We'll go over this.
Yeah.
Sweat for 40 is sending their logo.
Hmm.
Just got, it's really nice. Really nice logo.
Oh, is that the Sweat 440?
Yeah, it's a good logo.
Now, the two gyms, the Sweat 440, it's just like calisthenics, or they have weight machines and all that
They're
too.
like small, like dumbbells and.
Okay, but the idea is that you're
stations.
working up a sweat doing cardio type stuff?
They're high
They're-
intensity.
Yeah,
No.
They're high
okay.
intensity.
On the hit.
And then the other one, the caution
Washing CrossFit.
CrossFit, that's
They're
just
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
not
I've never
doing
been
that
there, but yeah.
stuff. Have you been there? You said you're
I went
familiar?
years ago, but they were highly back then.
Oh, okay, but that's what it is with the ropes and like the sled.
I don't know what it would be considered, but they're intense.
Here's the remaining checks. These are all the donor booth donors, and I have their donor booth check, donor letters.
Total 500.
You've really invested a significant amount of effort. Yeah.
Thanks.
Every person get. There you go. There's Judy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so no, but I know
No, it's not
that's-
sorry.
Yeah, that's.
That is like.
great. I got a call
Incredibly
today
promising.
about somebody, and I think I copied you in the email, and I asked him, how did you find out? He
The
said,
sponsor, who was it?
one Florida insurance, one insurance.
Oh.
I saw that. I didn't know who it was.
Oh, well, he said somebody that they do business with or something, or they're a vendor or something. That's, so I know he was talking about
And
you.
you copied me
Or
in?
at least your company, yeah. No, yeah, I think I copied you as well.
I saw something and I'm so busy, but I'm finished now. Like I'm out of the weeds so much that I'm so happy I can put more time into this because I haven't done anything yet.
That's crazy.
This is, no, I have a lot more left. I got a lot of gas left in the tank for this.
Okay.
Light, off topic, there's a trailer in the parking lot. You guys don't see that trailer, it's like the one, with a small black. Old trailer.
Well, it's been there since the parade, or?
That's what I think. We were asked and. We are behind the parade, but we didn't really, it's just kind of a mysterious trailer.
No, I don't see that email. I did see it though. My phone is the worst.
It's okay,
It
but
doesn't-
I know they mentioned
Who
it.
was it?
One Florida something.
The chiropractor was uncanny how that sponsorship came in.
Oh, Florida one.
They're
Do
fairly
tell,
new,
do tell,
right?
come on,
They're
anyway, it
fairly
sounds like
new,
there's a
right?
story.
Is that one
The
that's fairly new?
chiropractor, I don't think they're new. They seem they've been there for a while.
Are they the ones where the Chipotle is?
No, they're
Oh,
over
okay.
by Chase in like over on Kentucky Fried Chicken where Winn-Dixie is at the end. No, I was going to Chase to deal with a business at work and I have all my stuff with me, my card looks like this, all this stuff and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go in there and see if they want to sponsor. So I walk up to the girl and she was so nice and I'm like, I said, I gave her my stuff, did my spiel and
she's like, okay, I want to show the doctor. I said, great. I said, who do I follow up with? She goes, well, this is my last day. I'm like, it's your last day of work. She goes, yeah, I just graduated college. I'm gonna go work for a lawyer. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna miss you. Because she was like, this was not a normal front of house person. She's like not entry level. She's been working for a while. And then I went to just to stop by the polls to say hello to everybody that's running and bring more flyers to people that are voting. And she called me and she goes, can you come back and get the check? The doctor wants to do the sponsorship.
Nice.
So I just
Oh.
went back and got it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep. It's like, I'm like, wow, yay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
some people
amazing.
just.
So the in-person stuff works for sure. And I'm gonna actually tomorrow, I'm gonna go do some more in-person stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna, I know you're keeping this, but I have one too, just because I have one for all the committees that I deal with. And this helps me kind of keep it balanced
Yeah,
against
Do whatever you need to do.
against the expenses, and I'll share with the committee so you guys have it as well.
Okay.
Just so we know, if we're like how above we are our expenses and how much money you're gonna end up
Mhm.
with at the end.
Because you have $20,000 in expenses, and we have $31,750. Plus some unknown numbers so far. I probably have another few $1,000s, maybe 5, maybe 10.
Yeah, right, like that's not including the band, for example.
Right. So I mean, I have about maybe 10 more in sponsors
Oh,
coming
okay,
in. Plus, we should have about
Perfect, I'll
20,000
do
in
this
runners.
tomorrow.
Yeah, the registration, yeah.
Plus
So I have-
20,000 in runners, another
I have everything against your
10
list here,
here,
all your checks.
40, 60. Let's say we have 60 in revenue, and you have probably another 10 grand, 20 grand maybe. We'll be there. We're gonna be at 30.
Somebody had reached out, I don't know if you happen to have a contact with Mount Sinai, because I had sent, this was one of the initial emails that I sent the sponsorship packet to, and I didn't get anything. And then they came through the chamber and said, hey, we're interested, connect me with Isle, and then I resent it and nothing. So I
Do you want
don't
me to
know
call and follow up? You want to
if
send me
you
the
think
contact?
yeah, if
email
you
it to
think
me.
it's helpful, because
Yeah, why not? We don't have
I
any
figured-
hospitals, we don't have any medical, and it's like a family health
and
day.
they've sponsored forums for the seniors here before.
Yeah. It's very good.
I'll forward it to you. Oh, I have to look right now.
Oh, the logos, yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't know if I have her contact. Okay, I sent it to you. So we're all up to date with this. You guys want to move on to
Yep, moving on.
number
Moving on.
12?
Number 12. All right, so we'll just skip that. We already talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, if at any moment you feel like we have a meeting to them. Really? Because I feel like he answers. No, but he's pretty responsive every time I send him.
Maybe it's just me.
But I think he did answer what he told you. I'm not too familiar with the run clubs. He
Oh.
got back to you.
That was it? Okay,
No, but he gave a whole thing. I was just reading the beginning part.
okay. All right.
I'll send it to you and Michael.
You guys have now
But
learned my
but
sense
the
of
thing
urgency,
is
right?
that, the thing is that, you know what it is, what he answered, and I don't know if maybe you weren't initially in that email, but this is something that was brought up already, and I had already discussed it with him. And it was back to the same thing, like they don't have just emails they can send it to, because they just kind of work for whoever contracts them.
Right.
So, oh, and I know that kind of, I know in there is a point about the race teams. I think you sent me websites. You sent me one.
I
Yeah.
sent you one.
And you
I
sent
sent you one or
me,
two.
somebody sent me a
Yeah, and you
couple.
put us on one.
There was one that I was successful in putting us in, and then the one you sent me separately, Jonathan submitted the request, but they haven't approved it just yet. I'm gonna have him re-go through the websites again.
And Lynn Matos is helping me because she's got two of these heavy hitters, the Miami Marathon person or
Oh,
somebody,
okay.
so she's gonna help. I just had to leave
What
her
I
alone
can
until this
have-
election's over because she's been busy with the park thing.
One of those, I saw her. What I can have Jonathan just research through other 5K websites.
Jacob or Jonathan?
Jacob.
Okay.
Other 5K websites where
Okay,
we can,
so-
where we can possibly post. But I think regardless, it would be great to have a meeting with Ruben maybe like in 2 weeks or in a week, just to go over,
I'll
like
be
if
here
there's
till
any.
the- I'll be gone from her to the 20th, so maybe
The 21st, I don't know, you'll probably be busy the
That's
day
3
after.
weeks, that's 3 weeks out.
the Monday, like, yeah, like the Monday's the 21. I'm fine for the 21st.
Let me ask the 21st availability, just so we can review, like, you know, anything that he thinks we may have missed or we think we're missing from them. Meeting with Ruben.
21 is really good for me. 22 gets a little peppery. I can find something in the
Mhm.
morning.
21 is Monday, yeah.
Yes.
Just to catch up. Okay. got it. Okay. Next, need marketing collaboration. I think we pretty much went over marketing.
I'm glad we have more avenues to do
Yeah, so WOW is ready to team up. And then you have Chick-fil-A, which we should be able to get some help. Sweat wants to help. I think who else I have that wants to do marketing with us.
And what was the point you, in the beginning, you mentioned a 5 prep? Oh, you had made them number 21, never mind. And Fernandez was the guy's name? Here, I didn't write that down. The dentist over behind.
Fabella. Dr. Fabella.
Fabella.
They're so awesome.
Yeah,
Yep, love them.
general dentistry or?
But he does stuff. He doesn't just do, yeah, he does some big stuff too.
Okay.
He's not an oral surgeon.
Hmm.
305-821-6388. Those are Fridays. All right,
The band. What I usually do anytime we have any music, anything, and we have light effects, I connect the artists with our,
with your production.
yeah, with the
So you're gonna
production,
do
so
all
they
that.
figure out
Yeah.
how to, what they, because I don't know anything. about
Yes. So you're gonna settle the contract with Project X.
that. Yes,
And then I guess pass them back to me when you're done with, so I can get set lists. And if I need to go over it with the committee or with our subcommittee, so we can get a good set list, because
Okay.
they're being very, they're very flexible to do what we need to do, and they're happy to do it. All right,
mascots.
so no problems, right? Mascots gonna be tooting around, having fun, the car and the remote
No.
control, okay.
Unless they need anything from us.
Good, okay, amazing.
Okay.
Food trucks, you said
Food
you have
trucks.
booked.
I only have the coffee lady, however, I do have a few coming out this weekend, and I can have them see if they'd like to confirm. And how many are we thinking? Only because I know that we're trying to make it an event where people will stay and hang out afterwards. But, so I guess here's a question. Normally, we charge them, right? Because the idea is that they make business off of this.
Right,
However, I don't know, what if people aren't used to like having food options after and they don't buy? Like, my concern is if we charge them and then they don't get that business. Because it
yeah,
has happened.
and I hate that, right, they're
So
very,
what would be the sweet spot? Like, we don't get too many, we don't overdo it, but we also have enough in case people do want.
right, because like, we said that the band's gonna be on for an hour and a half. They'll be, what time did we say the race takes about? They'll be done.
By
with-
9:30.
I think it was 9:30 as well.
Yeah.
Because
Your fast runners will be done in like
20 minutes.
15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do we really want to, do we wait till everybody finishes to then start programming at the village, or do we set it at a time and let the
That's
stragglers
something to-
drag in?
something to consider.
Yeah, I would say start it, because if you wait and those people are, another hour on the course, people that will end up leaving.
Right.
But-
Like you're good.
Could it keep
But if you have the
Okay.
music, and they're
Yeah, like-
coming in and like, oh, I'm missing
Like the
another
build up.
festivities.
I feel like a 30, 40 is, I feel like 35 is like your sweet spot for like your middle people,
30, what,
like 35 minutes after the race starts. For them to finish their.
really that
3
fast?
I don't think that's fast.
Oh,
No, because I've done it at that and I know I'm not a runner.
I do it.
Well, what about
It's 3
walking it?
miles.
It's, yeah.
3.2 miles. Is it about walking? How long? does it
Oh,
take
but
somebody
if
to
you're
walk?
walking, okay, yeah. If you're walking, it's a different story. If you're jogging, it's a different story.
Because there's gonna be a lot of walkers, if
So
it's
what do you-
families with little kids and
I
stuff.
think, again, I think this is a question for Ruben.
Yeah,
based on
ask
his
Ruben,
experience.
just so we know when to start the program and build backwards.
Where you have like most of your,
Not knowing anything, I would say 40 though, because I think that has to be a natural build up to when people arrive. Not like, okay, 90% of people are here, now let's start it. you
So
know?
maybe we just started at 9. Give the
But what if
hour.
people leave, then you leave like,
Well, there's things to do, there's the animals, there's gonna be. And then we'll speak, we'll have a quick, short program of talking,
Mm.
and then the band, I mean, super short.
Yeah, because you saw what happened at the Veterans Day thing. There was all those people and then, they were all gone because they all had.
everyone's already done. I don't think.
Yeah, no,
No, but
no,
even
that's
when we
true.
were inside.
Yeah.
They were just
Yeah,
like,
they did.
free food,
Yeah,
which was, that's too great for me.
We want them to
I
go
want more
more
free food, I want more food vendors, because then people will stay with free food, and then the food trucks won't sell any food, we have to keep that in mind too.
if it makes it like a fun holiday feeling, that people will say, hey, let's rush to get home, it's such a beautiful day. Let's kind of walk around,
A nice
enjoy,
Saturday morning.
let's enjoy, what they have here.
The petting zoo.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm gonna ask him, just so and we can go from there.
Okay. Considering the fact that this potentially, let's say, we're convinced that the runners versus families could be
Yeah.
somewhere between 60-40, maybe 60% real runners and 40% family. I mean, I'm just guessing. What do you think? I think that sounds about maybe what we could be looking at.
What we anticipate, 20% real runners?
40% real, 60% real runners and 40% families that are not real runners?
Oh, gosh, well,
Or do you think more than that even?
yeah, my impression, just from having done it before, which again, my impression was that, yeah, easily half. I mean, my impression was that it was probably 30% max were serious runners. The other 70.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
it's-
don't think we got a lot, because it's a 5K, those serious runners are going to like the
Marathon.
marathons.
I mean, there was a
Somebody
group.
told me, oh, can you do a double? I'm like, I'm not doing a double.
Yeah.
Like do 2 5K.
Yeah, some people, they do
Oh.
10Ks, like even 10Ks are not taken
Right.
serious, but like you're serious.
Yeah.
runners,
So
like,
then
it's
can you
not-
write that anticipated number down? Like you said, like maybe.
I remember there was a group
30%?
of the leaders of the pack took off, didn't wear any of the
No, no,
hooty duty
Yeah.
gear. And they had, the socks, the watch, and they were gone. And everybody else behind that group was, people running with hats, people running with Santa jackets that were open.
Dogs, strollers.
That weren't super serious running, but they were seriously fit. So they could keep up with, and then the group behind them was then when you started seeing the parents with their kids. And then behind that was, people pushing strollers, walking with, then behind that was kind of the group kind of bringing it up.
And
But
you
it's-
know what, something else to consider, I don't know if, again, I guess it depends on the race, how big the group is, but, I know that I reference the turkey trot because that's the only one I've ever done. But they have so many people that they start at different.
They stagger the start.
Yeah.
But we don't have that problem. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, what were the numbers in 20?
640 or 630.
And that was
So
just
we're
a
about-
mass. And then once you go over the line is when your
Yeah,
timer
that's when
kicks
you're
off.
time.
So, yeah, they didn't do any type of staggered.
And I'd love to say that we're gonna blow that up, but I'm thinking, I'm going for it, like 700 is my goal.
Were we
No.
asking about disabled runners?
She's gonna ask,
Or
yeah.
you're asking Ruben?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Ruben.
That was in.
That's on number
So a bunch
9.
of questions. Oh, so I'm sorry, back to the food trucks, about how many do you think is the sweet spot? And I don't think we should charge them for this first time that we're doing it,
Let's
just in
not
case.
charge them, let's let them come.
But what, obviously like breakfast food, right? I guess somewhere between breakfast and lunch,
Yeah,
like nothing too heavy, like burgers or no, not burgers. It's too
I don't
heavy.
know.
Or you think it would be fine?
I mean, the band, let's just say the band goes on at 9 or 9:30, we have them for an hour and a half. Anything till 11:30 or 12, now it's lunchtime, people might grab that and leave, so you can go from light to normal or.
And what do you guys think, like 4 or 5 food trucks or more or less?
Mm.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
This
I don't
is
know.
almost an inaugural event, so people aren't gonna know what to expect, so I think most people will probably show up, run, and then be done, like, hey, all right, listen, we're heading out with the kids, I'll be back and whatever. And then when they're done, like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here, oh, we should have brought your mom, your brother, your sister, your titi, your, uncle, abuela, and then they're gone. So I don't know if you're gonna end up with a mass group of people hanging around until noon.
Maybe we'll keep
So
pumping
maybe-
out the marketing that there's gonna be all this
Yeah,
stuff,
we
that's
do
why I
need to
gave
do
my
that.
elevator pitch, and that's,
So, maybe 4?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's plenty, let's do the 4.
Yeah, we always do holiday fun, food, music,
Okay.
Yeah,
animals.
Animals.
yeah, the run is kind of a
Mascots.
small
Oh,
part
the
of this.
fluff. She's
Yeah.
gonna do a video for me, I'm gonna get with
Mascots,
her. She's
Photo,
been busy.
photo opportunities, yeah, I mean.
Maybe you wanna do a little, couple snips of them. Get Lazaro off his channel.
I think we're gonna need people to act in the videos.
All right,
Next,
next,
benefactor.
we don't have to deal with this, we
No, no,
tabled
the
it,
committee,
they went to
they went
council
up and
and.
it's good, so
so
you
we're
guys are
gonna-
fine.
Great presentation.
Full dimensions of the stage, so we're getting the biggest one, right?
So,
You haven't
I don't know if
gotten
you
it
saw her, I sent it literally today, the
Saw it.
form, but she needs to come back and confirm that they can get us that one. Yeah. They'll work
Is it
on
free?
it, but, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not gonna come out of budget,
no, no, no.
okay.
no, no.
Good. And then the vehicles, I'm really not tremendously sweating this, but just to know,
In the Mary Collins, I would think, or do you think that that's too far from the action?
I'll probably just have 2 or 3 put here and there.
So I would
I don't wanna
then,
make it
do you want them
crazy.
by the stage?
Yeah,
Okay, I just have to tell Jeremy
Yeah.
because of the grass.
okay,
I mean, they let
No, they do, I just want
Yeah,
to
with
let
the
him
fire
know
trucks,
so that
I
they
don't
know.
think
it's
so.
cars.
heavy fire trucks and all that stuff.
You think like 2, 3?
yeah,
And if the weather's, if the weather's bad, then maybe that'll affect everything.
right, dig up the yard with the wood.
Just sink into the ground. so it's very hard.
And the petting zoo, I spoke to Jeremy today.
Miss Lima, are you working with Miss Lima or with
They
people at
connected us
Highway
with
Gardens?
somebody else.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't know because it's the parks team that's taking care of it. So he asked our colleague today if there was any update, so I'll let you know. I guess because of the animals and stuff, I don't know. Like, they'll have better details on it, but it's
Oh, yeah,
something,
I mean, they go to all
it's
kinds of
something-
things with the schools.
yeah, I'm sure they
everything
have some
need.
type of something.
They go to like the fair and they go to all these competitions.
Then,
and-
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have something.
okay, so I'll
Um,
follow up with that.
But he did tell me that the best area to place them is going to be Puppy. No, he said that
The
pavilion.
southeast corner of the park, where the trees are. Well,
Here,
that's not
this is, I have the picture here.
He has a map.
right.
Oh, yeah. Look, she has a picture. Right there.
So the stage is here.
Mhm.
My understanding was south
Kind
of,
of to
south
the
of the
side.
pavilion, so like, this is under the trees are more grass. It's a little more beat up, which is like the optimal,
Where,
So that the animals can eat the grass, is that so?
not so that
No,
they can,
because
but
then-
when they do, or when they, start to poop or.
Yeah.
Which is.
Hmm.
where's Miami Lakes Drive on this drawing?
It's gonna be like above
No, yeah, I
here,
think it's
here.
here.
cause this,
That's
this
80.
Where's
second.
82?
Montrose goes all the
This
way
is
up.
82?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
and then-
Mhm.
so-
So turn around, this aerial, I don't know why.
No, I agree.
Yeah, and then Mary Collins is over here. So you know where it is.
Over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm, that's the parking lot.
okay, I'm better now, thank you. So this is in the trees, you gotta come from the street over here to get to that,
No,
right?
no, you can get through it from the park. It's just, you can't see it there because of the trees.
Okay,
This area,
Yeah, there. Which is where the pavilions are.
yes.
So he's saying like right next to the last pavilion.
And then this is what it is,
Mm,
the big playground is up,
right here.
Right
yeah,
there.
okay. And where it says fit like me will basically be where the stage is.
No,
No.
the stage is that blue.
By
the other side.
basketball
Mhm,
court,
the
right?
basketball.
Is it on the basketball court?
No,
No,
it's
in front.
right in front,
Okay.
facing.
So the
north.
panels will be
north.
right there below that, close to the
To the
stage.
side off, to the side.
Up here.
On the other side of the sidewalk?
I think he did
Um,
say how it's, you know, it's part of the side.
Because that's gonna be kind of far.
It is
removed,
kind of
yeah.
off to the side.
Yeah.
I was thinking just,
They're like kind of a showcase, that's gonna bring the people to see animals.
So
Yeah.
where would you guys suggest? I just have to,
Where
we
the
just
most
have to
eyes
work
are
with him.
from the end, closest to the start finish line, and not so close to the stage, because the band's gonna freak out the animals.
Hmm.
Yeah, you actually can't have it close to the stage. That's a good point.
And this band's really good,
I was also
they're
gonna say.
so good.
Oh, the band is, band, like a high school band.
No,
No,
The
no,
rock and
she
roll band?
confirmed the
well,
band.
they're a mixed top 40
Okay.
country, they play everything,
Oh,
they're gonna play
okay.
some
Is this a
Hawaiian music.
younger group or a
If,
mid-age?
if
middle-age,
Jeremy.
or-
They're
if Jeremy
younger than,
allows
they're
it to
probably
put the
somewhere
vehicles,
like
here.
older than
20s?
them,
Oh,
no, probably
20s, 30s?
thirties,
To the west of
maybe
the.
some in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah.
really,
like
The
really
west of
good.
the-
Yeah, you're right, because if they're where the basketball court and the animals are over there to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might not be.
So the west of the basketball court.
I want them as far away as the basketball as they can be, or as far away from the stage
Want
as
west.
possible.
I want,
So more towards that sidewalk to the west.
Yeah, that's that entrance, that back entrance that,
Yeah.
the fire trucks use.
That's
to
kind
come
of where the food truck lines up on that, like on the other side of the,
in.
yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah,
That is the area we were gonna use to line up the sponsors, so that's something to think about. You want them near the sponsors?
The animals, sure, they're gonna have their own little
I'm only
corral,
asking because
just
the
not by
smell,
food.
yeah, that's all I'm
No, but
thinking.
they'll keep it clean, they're just, it's not like we're 92 animals, there's only be
I
like,
know.
I don't know, I feel like.
like,
As long as we warn
we're
the
gonna pick up
sponsors.
after them, or they pick up
no,
everything?
the kids, they're gonna be fully
yeah,
staffed with their
yeah.
students that
Okay.
take care of these kids, these are 4-H
But if
or
anything, we'll
whatever.
just put the food
Yeah,
towards that end.
Take them in
Like
competition.
Like
Yeah,
higher, no,
okay.
no, like still on the same
They're
road, but
handlers, I
higher
guess, they
that,
are
Yeah.
the kids.
like more north, yeah. right
Yeah,
there. Mhm.
right, the
And
animals.
off to the side. It's
Uh,
really,
off to the
usually we do
side?
it off to the, that's where we put the food.
Oh, yeah, the food, right. What about
Normally
the
that's where we
animals?
No, she's saying the food more, is
You,
it more south?
Judy, you were saying food, yeah, coming down.
No, the petting zoo more south,
I just
Oh.
want
Around
this, the
there,
petting zoo to
around
be
there.
visible to where everybody really
but closer to the
is.
sidewalk so that they're far away from the stage,
Hmm.
right? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
That's where the
That's kind of where they
runners,
enter by.
well, that's what I thought, and Ruben made the point, because there's a gate there. And I said, oh, if you're gonna come, I'm not gonna be stepping over. He goes, no, they'll just take the most, direct course. And then George, the sergeant, the Miami Lakes Police guy, he said, yeah, they just come, they jump over. I said, if you just got done doing that, I can't see, you're gonna just cool down and keep walking and then come in that gate. But they were insisting that, no, they'll just kind of all jump over
What do
the,
you mean, don't move?
there's a fence.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
what
know,
are you referring to, the runners?
yeah, oh, there it is. Yep. So we just turn around. Yep.
Yeah,
right.
there's a
That's
little way
actually
at
the
the end.
start right
Oh,
there.
that is an incredible picture.
What I don't know what you-
Yeah, the start
Yeah,
is.
That's kind of where the cars would enter through.
Yeah. See, that's where I thought you'd finish running and you'd go in through there. But they said, no, they'll all go over that fence. They'll just kind of all from different, direct, because I was saying with Judy wanted to put the balloon,
Where's the finish line? right
the
now, so
balloon.
that I can
Yeah,
follow you?
okay. Jonathan, can you go to the right and then go down that street to the end of where the median is? Yep, like where that, just come back a tad. Yeah, right there. See where that yellow
Uh-huh,
line is?
got it. So this is your
The-
finish line.
Yeah, the start and
The race
finish is,
finish is going west.
yeah, it's gonna start going, to the bottom right and then come back from going right to left.
Okay.
So, yeah, the start line is right around there.
Yeah.
No, but I think honestly, whenever there's park stuff, I feel like everything is very, like it's visible to people that there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we can either leave the gate open
Oh, yeah, I
The
thought
problem with
so.
leaving the gate open, the only thing to consider, because we've had the issue for the other events, is that then cars start coming in.
Oh,
And it's not authorized, but people
Yeah.
do
Drive
that
up on
when they-
grass?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we get that all the time. Like for 4th of July, 4th of July, we leave it open because obviously we have food trucks, like it's a huge event, we have food vendors that need to come and the stage and all that, but that's why it's open, it's not open to the public. But people see it open in and
I
start
think it's a
parking
parking
inside
lot.
the park, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get upset when you tell them that they,
But it's just like obviously not.
yeah,
One
so,
grass.
so
Maybe
that,
all these $9,000 of the police officers want to stand there not letting anybody in that's not supposed to.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're with us until what time? 4 hours?
I don't know what that one is.
7 to 11, I guess. Or
It is 6
7
hours, I think,
6 hours? Okay.
I think it is 6 hours.
Yeah, because I'm thinking people.
Because they're gonna-
They'll be
they-
over by 12. We're gonna be out until by
Oh,
12.
yeah, but I mean, they could, if they're gonna be lining the course for 1.5 miles, up. Do we need 20 police officers? Once the thing rolls up, where do they go? They're
They
there
can, they
till.
can guard the grass
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
and make sure no animals poop. They can write poop citations.
Yeah. That's excellent, yeah, that's wonderful. Did you say poop tax?
Poop taxes,
Yeah.
greenhouse gas tax.
And all we have is Hive.
Okay, so how are we doing here? 'Cause I ended up,
So Hive, you're okay with the logo, with them using, all
But and I don't think we've gone over Hive too much.
right, let's talk about Hive.
Yeah.
So I just met with Hive, I got introduced to Hive from the superheroes, from Avram.
Okay,
His son goes there.
this is the old organization that you guys had.
Yes, the first one.
Okay, uh-huh.
Remember them?
Yeah.
So, and he's trying to help get sponsors too. So I sat with that principal and that, I guess he's like the headmaster and the principal, and they want to incorporate, well, first they want to have their families and faculty be their own team of people. They want their own shirts that they're gonna make on their own. And they just ask for permission to be able to use our reindeer run logo. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have, you see, that's like.
Should I-
again,
should I
a
like-
benefit
should I
because you
copyright
guys
that?
can do that.
I should copyright it.
And then the thing about that, then it's been a whole lot.
What are the things? Okay, so I'm gonna say yes to the logo. They can make their own little logo.
You, your team would provide it to them, the little,
Yeah,
the graphics?
Count them about. And then they're talking about, so I think they're mulling over a sponsorship opportunity. They're a nonprofit, they're a school, they're a charter school.
But aren't charters,
I don't think they're profit.
I don't know the details of it. I would-
Well, if they're not, I'll give them one of my donated booths, so that.
Okay.
that's
Yeah, as
from my
long as you
sponsor.
guys are fine with it.
And I've been holding back from schools because I know you wanted to get the Miami Lake schools involved, but like, they're not involved.
For what
For
exactly?
anything, like you told me to reach out for like culinary to see if we can give out some food samples from maybe Goldman, I think.
I haven't asked them about culinary food samples. So just so you're aware, so, because I don't want you guys to think that maybe they're just not responding to us. I
Okay,
haven't gotten with
okay.
anybody.
Yeah,
But I
just,
know the food samples come from Miami Lakes Educational Center.
okay, then go to them, whatever you want, I know you want, and I love local schools, I know the schools I know, and they do whatever I ask them to do, because I'm there for them for the past 14 years. But I can't, like,
So what would we have, for example, the food, like just them provide food samples and you just give them an opportunity to showcase. their
showcase your
program?
school, yeah, have
Oh,
a
their
booth,
program. yeah.
have a booth, and then. we can
Yeah, I
have a
think
little-
this ties in with the school showcase.
Mm.
So I'll be.
I'm sorry, going back to the dimensions of the stage, was there anything that we needed to note for the minutes on that, or?
We're making, she doesn't know, she's making sure that that one's available, so we don't know if it's the right one yet.
Oh, the big one,
The big
because that
one,
was
yeah.
coming from the county.
Yeah, so the county needs to let us know,
Yeah.
that yes, that one's gonna be available.
Okay. And if it isn't,
Then I'm
They
gonna
have
go- I'm
other
gonna go
ones.
crazy.
oh, then there'll be like a.
They have
small-
other ones.
They have to have a cover.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. So this is full dimensions, it's kind of like, do we know the dimensions?
We have the list of dimensions of the
Okay.
ones that they have, we just don't know, we haven't been granted a particular one yet to know that that's the one. I just want the band to know what size stage they have.
All right, and aisle, you're checking on that. With
Yeah,
the-
we already sent them the official.
With the
We're
county?
gonna Get it checked off.
Okay. But didn't you come back and say that they had approved it and we were able to get it?
They approved it in the sense of, yes, they're gonna provide a stage.
They're gonna comp the stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they didn't say what size.
But then they gave us like a list of sizes.
Oh.
And then we said, we want this
We,
one.
yeah, we asked for the bigger one, so we
Okay.
have to see that. it's big.
Okay, so county approved, and now we need the size. And are we reaching out to them, or we're waiting for them to
I
respond?
literally, I sent, they have like an official request
Yeah,
form,
right.
and that was sent to them today.
Okay,
So do I need to do anything for Hive? No, you're just like letting us know.
No, if they do want to see if you want volunteers, because they have, they're a really cool program, like their sixth graders are about inclusivity, and they're about not letting people eat alone at lunch, that type of stuff.
Oh,
And then their
I
seventh,
like that.
then their whole seventh grade thing is about individuality, because 13. And then the eighth graders, it's all about like community. So they have them getting ready just to do their, their community hours and when they get to high school. So that's kind of it's a real, this two are really cool. So
And where are they located?
they are, you know what BJ's is?
Yeah.
There's a little crazy little shopping center that they turned into a school.
Oh, okay.
It's back like a teeny bit south and a teeny bit west of BJ's. It's on the side of BJ's. If you
Okay.
like turn out of BJ's and headed west, it would be right there on the corner, back in those warehouses.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And what's their population, student
They've
population?
got, he says 850 families and they have 100 staff.
Hmm.
It's big.
And that's through what grades?
It's
K
K
through
to
8?
8.
But it's a charter school?
It
Miami
is.
Dade?
It's Miami, yeah,
County?
it's Miami Charter School, yeah.
Never heard of it.
But yeah, you can, I mean, if you have connections to the schools, it's fine to advertise them. And again, even with the district, I don't know how much I can get out of it. Like I can ask them, but
Takes
even
forever.
then, yeah,
So
so.
Goldman's been, like, I love Goldman, I've been there with Daleen, with the Gators and stuff. But like outside of that, they're like, I guess they're just so busy with their curriculum, they're not, and they don't know me that
I mean,
well
and
yet,
I'll
so-
invite them even if it isn't for volunteers or it isn't to showcase, I mean, if we can get participants out of it.
That's what I really want,
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
National Honor Society to run, get runner teams, yeah.
And that's why I want to dip into the parade stuff. So we have all the NHS football teams, the, the ROTCs, which, I think it'll be nice.
And then 22, we got the video, that's done, we said yes to that,
Yeah, that's no
with
problem.
1,000, and then, I'm sorry, the warm-ups, what 440 added to is 23, where we were talking, just to be able to tell him. We decided we were gonna go 7:30 with the line, with the warm-up, right, that was,
Let me see what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7:30
7:30.
warm up and then remarks and then the band.
Hmm. And you're gonna check with the mayor,
Yes,
or, yes?
yes. I will check,
We'll
not
circle
just with
back.
the mayor, with all of council. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if all council will be there, and Judy had suggested perhaps at the end, but the mayor to kind of get things going.
Yeah, you guys just let me know what, I think we should wait on the response first because it's not, we usually don't get all of them saying yes right away
Okay.
anyways. I think we should work with whatever
Yeah.
responses we get.
I mean,
and then
I
know
like, it's great that they're all, I mean, good number of them are there on such a regular basis. But for opening remarks at the beginning, it seems like it would be better confined to perhaps just the mayor.
yes.
And then at the end, and, everybody could say, hey, what a great day, give me a heck yeah.
Did you want these letters from my sponsors or no?
Do they need anything from us here?
No, I just asked them to do it so you would be comfortable with me giving them, and I don't have a name filled in yet for who's gonna get those booths.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to just copy it and then send it to you? Just so we both have.
Are vehicles available to showcase? Did we answer that question?
We said 2 or 3 next near the stage area,
Which vehicles?
Toyotas.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is yours. No, because I was thinking of the military restored vehicles that didn't get to be in the
Oh,
parade.
I
Because
love, that's fun.
because they didn't get to be in the parade because of some,
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't make
Oh, I
it.
did, I'm like, where are they at? They're supposed to be the last ones, they're
Yeah.
supposed to be
The-
right
the-
after the horses.
it was, apparently there was a requirement to sign a waiver. And the.
Oh, yeah,
and the-
that's
And the gentleman that was in
definitely-
charge of the group said, we've been doing this for 30 years, we've never signed a waiver. And he said, well, things have changed. And he said, I can sign a waiver for
Oh,
everybody,
okay.
and I can't go personally hand them out to each of them.
Oh, I
and
didn't
get it
realize it
back."
was that group. I remember that. Okay.
And then the mayor and vice mayor said something about it, said, hey, they approached me, and did this not get worked out? Where are they? And I said, I don't know
Yeah,
anything
no,
about it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
what I said in
the-
the waiver.
Okay,
The mayor
but
talked with me.
But would that be an opportunity to bring them back into the fold? Because I think they got their feelings, it or not. I mean, because that, would it be,
No, I don't, it's,
Given-
we don't have a problem with them
See for
coming.
kids, they like
given that
that.
this is a veterans
Yes,
run, get the
yes.
military
Let's
vehicles
do
and
it.
say, hey, guys, please, come, we'd love to have you with your vehicles. I have the point of contact for that group, but,
Yeah, they signed up.
but in the end, they
No, you
didn't.
can invite them, but again, if there's a waiver needed, are they also gonna have an issue with it? Like, those are just the, I mean,
I think it was just the timing.
unfortunately for all events, with the waivers, like, that's not
Right.
anything new.
Right. And what it is, a liability waiver?
Do you have it to give to Mike?
The. hold on.
Like basically to say if
I mean,
anything
I'll ask if
happens
it's-
to you, it's
There's
not,
some events that, just don't like call for it,
I'm
based
sure
on the
this is-
nature of the
Well,
event.
this is gonna have a lot of.
But
people.
this, though, like, for example, you have your runners, they're signing a waiver online, like, everybody signs a waiver.
anybody
and
that
they
goes
just
through
don't-
Eventbrite.
Some
that's
people
right.
don't, well, this one's through Hawkproof, through the
Okay.
through the runner platform, and they're still signing waivers, like,
But there's a block that you check to proceed and it's.
and half the
basically-
people won't even notice they're checking it out, but it's there, everybody
Right.
has to sign that,
Okay.
so.
But I mean, is that something do we want to reach out to?
Yes.
Because like I
like
said, I
it.
think they felt a little
Yeah, bring 'em.
slighted.
There's
yeah.
plenty of room in that park to put them.
Yeah, is that okay? I mean,
Yeah, if we can make it happen, why not?
So those are the restored vehicles, right?
Yeah, the military
Like
restored.
And I-
tanks and stuff,
It's like the Jeeps, like with the, from World War
like big
II.
guns on them and
I
stuff,
think,
Pardon me, with
with
what?
guns on them.
I don't know if they have guns, but they are kind of cool.
Yes.
maybe not the guns and tanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can have them there, then, yeah.
So, this was the restored. And then that's- And do we have a place where they'll be? That was kind of a question. Yours,
Some close to yours, or do you think separately?
no, because I think it'll almost be like another attraction.
Another-
Yeah,
Where
make them
people
their
will
own
go.
spot.
Okay, where
Yeah.
do we think,
Where would we put them? Is there an issue with them driving on the grass?
That's,
I just have to talk to them.
I think it would be. the
They'll
same
figure
issue
it
with,
out,
As long as it's not a muddy mess and
Yeah.
doesn't tear up the place. Yeah, I love it. But let's bring them
Um,
more different things to do and have
I
fun
guess we can
instead.
figure out once
I
we
mean, kind of a
cover.
time, yeah.
Okay.
hmm. And then what was the custom CrossFit? Why do we have that number?
Caution.
It's 22? Caution.
Question was, that's for me to call now and speak to him about the $1,000.
And then we would send the
And we
video
send the video out.
post
Oh.
run.
Okay.
Post run or pre-run?
I think you said post.
Let me see what he wants.
Okay.
Because then we have, I don't want to bombard everybody because we probably might need to send a couple fun things
Yeah.
out.
Hmm.
But we can work on putting together one cohesive email. I personally hate
No bombarding.
piecemeal.
I
So
know.
like, if we can just work on it from now, since we have ideas of what we want to put together anyway, we can all together work on one email,
Okay.
one or two, whatever. I think we can work
I'm
on.
going to send out the new, sponsorship form
Okay,
with the new date,
okay.
so we can follow back on that.
How do we do on t-shirt sales?
Can you add,
For
is
the
it done,
veterans.
I
done?
have not. I didn't
Yeah,
have any on.
please make check.
If you send me an email, I'll get back
Because I read it in
Yeah,
every
I'm just
single one.
curious.
Yeah, I didn't. the
I don't know,
volume
because I
is
was
up,
girls
But
or
I know that there were shirts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't think we sold a lot.
No,
I'll
really,
buy one.
The t-shirts didn't sell?
no.
I don't think this, I mean, do you?
I
have
think, well, we
that?
had two
Do you
girl
have access to that
volunteers and I gave them
Huh?
the shirts and then they weren't
Oh,
there.
themselves.
I mean,
They weren't there.
they were,
though.
we were disconnected. So I was looking for them. I couldn't find them. And then I drove around and then I dropped the shirts off and then I finally found them. And I'm like, oh no, the shirts. And then I came back and they weren't, I said, oh my goodness. So. they
When was
seemed
the
like-
first time we?
Yeah, I thought from going through the crowd and Charles said he was,
No, he did. I
Kept
went up to the
advertising
stage
it.
and I showed the.
yeah,
film.
yeah,
Are we gonna have like a meeting to, like a debrief from that to learn
yes,
what we
we are.
learned?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Can I go to that?
yes.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be next week.
Oh,
If
wow.
the time,
We'll be in
your
contact.
schedule's allowing, yeah.
Just because like, I got some mixed messages for the, what I was gonna do and Martha, we were kind of confused. And so I saw Io and it was a really great idea. She's like, this is where you need to be to make sure that they don't get all jammed up at this,
Right.
at the showcase spot where the things stop and do their music or do their dances. And so that's where I stayed, but I'm still not sure if I did as good as could be done to make that.
I thought you ended up going with them.
No, I stayed and stopped people
Yeah.
and so that they, because you had
Oh.
The
like
way-
the horse people with the music, the dancing horse music, then you had like a band there, so I kept them back so you wouldn't, so they wouldn't.
Which
It
I
was
thought
actually-
made sense.
Yeah, that did.
But I think the girl was saying,
It was actually that was gonna
To
be in the
follow.
lead. Like,
You were leading
You were
the grand
leading the
marshal.
parade. You were the number one person
Yeah.
of the parade.
But I didn't know what I would do because there was somebody in front of.
Well, Martha would say, they are
Stop.
performing now, so you would stop them
From
wherever they were. You would
being
stop them
too
at
far away
CVS.
from-
You'd stop them at the backside of the ale house. You'd stop them at and so I remember when I went by and I saw it and you were like, hey, and I,
Why is she there?
what are you doing?
yeah, I don't
there?"
know about that because Kiki,
Yeah.
who was our MC, is the one that usually does that. So I
Yeah.
don't know. how
And
No,
that-
we
Martha-
switched
I
it
couldn't
up
hear
a little.
anything Martha was saying, so I didn't know.
Well, that, I thought
asked
that's
her.
what I thought was the
I said,
issue.
ask what you want me to do to be sure where you want me to go. I'll go wherever you, and she can't hear me. I call her my phone. she
Well,
can't
see,
hear
I
me.
thought that's what the issue was. I thought it was just, we really couldn't.
I don't know if
hear
I would have
one
heard her
another.
even if I would have done
Yeah.
that, because I couldn't hear her at all. Actually, I have Bill's walkie-talkie.
Bill, I thought, did a wonderful job. He looked very,
The
very
video was
presentable.
really nice.
You saw the
Yeah,
video?
the
I know I
video
made-
was great.
Who
Oh,
made
it's
it,
so
Bill?
good.
Oh, his son? Oh, really? I didn't see
I'll
it.
share the committee
You
the
were
link.
great, always.
I'll share the committee the link to the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jay was his
Shall I
son. He was
adjourn?
very
Motion
pleasant.
to adjourn? Motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:45.
Mhm.